Day 3, Giant Bomb's Game of the Year 2024. We decided we'd actually change clothes this time. That's right. We threw all our clothes together in the same washing machine. We washed them in between episodes 1 and 2, and we set that washing machine on fire as a sign of our friendship and solidarity. That's how we're celebrating the holidays today. Joining me, co-captain of the ship, Chef Grubb.
How's it going?
It's fantastic.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Beautiful sweater.
Thank you. Yeah, I like your red.
I see nothing but blood today.
Yeah, oh.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, that's going to be helpful.
We were talking about liquids earlier than this.
Yeah, we're talking about all the liquids that can come out of you.
Master of liquids, Jeff Backler.
Hey, what's up? I have to say something that I've noticed.
Oh, no.
Okay.
On this trip, I've been called Daddy a lot.
By who? By who? That was private, Backler.
Okay. By people in this room.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Who? Not me.
Not me. Wait.
Okay. Raise your hand if you've called him that.
The fact that everyone.
Okay.
Sean.
No.
Mike.
Young Cliff.
Mike.
Yeah.
And a few others who I guess will go unmentioned.
No, mention him.
Yeah.
Maybe outside of this group.
The parameters are changing.
Keely.
I'm a Gucci.
Yeah, no, I just found that to be interesting. Nevertheless, I'm happy to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
The actual daddy of the group, Lucy James.
Hey, kids. What's for dinner?
Speaking about dinner time, they're deciding where we're going to eat, so no pressure at all to find a place that will seat 10 people last minute. Nikki.
Gang. Shit's hard.
You don't need to eat.
Shit's hard. You don't need to eat. If we all just got Soylent,
Oh yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
then we'd be fine. It's people.
Is that the
That's
answer?
true. Yes. Do you want to guess who very much wants to go to Cheesecake Factory?
All of us.
Everyone.
No, it's up. No.
No, it's definitely not me.
It's Mike and
Mikey over here.
Jeff does too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but then we could go to the Grove. He'd pop at the Grove. Have you been to the Grove?
What's that?
Oh, he'd fucking pop at the Grove.
Person that made pop at the Grove, he's the bad boy of games media, Mike Minotti.
I'm Grove popping right now. Popping off at the Grove. That's me. If you see a Grove, I want you to think of me popping.
No.
Nope.
No.
I'm never going to be looking at a Grove again.
He's popping, he's locking, he's dropping. It's Dan Reichert.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going great.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm a cappuccino guy now.
Now, you just got that out of the machine outside?
I don't know how that works. I've seen a million machines like that. I've never once considered using one because I just don't know.
This was the cafe.
Yeah,
At the cap.
I may be on fool's errand, but this trip I'm trying to educate Dan Reichert to the best of my ability.
I know now because this week I've learned that cappuccino is the one thing you can order and they just give it to you and they don't ask you questions about milk or sugar.
right.
It's just all in one. It's just like, here you go, drink it.
And now you know all the different terms. They're just different.
No.
I'm not saying you know the term.
I know
saying
cappuccino.
You know that the terms are just different ways of making coffee.
All I
It's
need to know
it's
is that I
coffee.
order cappuccino and I'm happy, and that's what I'll do for the rest of
It's
the time.
been
your
very
life.
cute on this trip to watch Sean be like the one, be like, no, I can fix Dan.
No. I'm not trying to fix it. I'm the only one with the patience to explain anything.
Well, that's just all your
Everything's
position
fine.
was.
I was going to say, you sweet summer child.
Yeah.
You're in the honeymoon period.
Yeah, just
We've
give me a
got the
second.
master of milk, Turbo Sean McDowell.
That's what's in this cup right now. I finally found some on this trip.
Wait, you actually?
No.
Oh, Lucy, you have so much to learn.
It's water.
Oh, he's working.
But he does love milk that much.
White water.
And the person I love just as much as Sean loves milk, Tamar Hussein.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't like milk.
Yeah, neither do
I
I.
like milk in the UK.
Yeah.
What?
Where it tastes.
What's different about it?
They got
So it goes.
It's actually milk?
It's actually milk. It goes off in like 3 days rather than 3
we can't have this
weeks.
conversation with Dan. We can't have this
Listen, you
conversation
can't talk
with Dan.
about milk with Dan in the room.
No, hang on. Yeah. What the hell do you mean it's actually milk? You're talking to someone from Wisconsin here. You want to
No,
offend my
I mean,
religion?
how long?
This is how
You
you do
open
it.
a carton of milk. How long does it last?
What do you mean, how long does it last? Like 5 seconds before it's through me, Lucy. What do you mean?
Okay, no, you're one of us. Milk over here, if you get it in a bottle, you can keep that shit for like 3
week,
weeks.
2 weeks.
No, I've had it for 3 and it's been fine.
It's been fine. Milk in the UK.
What was that?
It's a fart.
That was a fart.
It's
Oh, tacky.
Oh, tan fart.
Wait,
Yeah.
why is the thing you're describing bad?
Yeah,
No, because
what?
it tastes different. Because
also
it's
it's
actual
got-
fresh. It's not been
it also-
pasteurized to fuck.
It was also has
Yeah. All right, we've got 6 categories, but before we get to those 6 categories, we're going to
Doesn't taste like
recap
sugar.
days 1 and 2, starting with, does everyone have the doc up?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Damn.
I can get it.
Yes.
All right,
Does everyone have DACA?
the doc up.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
We couldn't bring it up when he was on here because he was doing something else, and Nintendo's weird. But fucking Mario was sitting there the other night.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
He wiped his hands on me.
Yeah, we talked to Mario and Wario and Waluigi and Luigi.
I wasn't planning to bring it up, and you come to me right before, like, you can't mention Mario. I'm like, well, now that's all I can think about.
So I was like, you're fucking Mario. And I talked to Mario for a while. It was great.
Can we mention it now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I
he's
just,
not
I just
here.
wasn't supposed to ask him about it. That's all.
Everyone knows who
It's not
it
a secret.
is,
Yeah.
All right, first winner from day 1, Mike Minotti, you start, please.
Best hole of 2024 went to the Silent Hill 2 hole wall.
No, the wall.
It's just the wall with a hole in it.
Wall in the hole.
I'm just asking you to read it so we're all participating, Mike, please. Just read it.
The one in there is at the end is a runner-up from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then the Thank Goodness You're Here Wiener hole is also a runner-up.
Tam.
Best Walking Around award goes to Star Wars Outlaws with runner-up Astrobot and Pools.
Lucy.
Best old game is Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door with Persona 3 and Dragon Age Origins.
Loved how you said that,
Runner-ups.
Mario,
Oh,
Lucy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you got it.
Appreciate the
Got it.
support.
Jeff.
Best bot in Astrobot is the winner was Incredible Crisis Bot, Unlucky Salesman, followed by Amaterasu and Lady Maria.
Dan.
Best map is Stakeout from Blops 6, followed up by Silent Hill 2 and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D.
Nikki.
Biggest miss. The winner, Concord. And then the second place, Baccalaureate High Five.
Sean.
The most satisfying thing to do in a game, the winner was lighting torches in Indiana Jones, followed up by lots of little bits in Astrobot and cracking down packs in Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Moving on to day 2, we awarded the best button, and that went to left mouse click on the PC, X on the Xbox, and the back button on the DualSense Edge, taking runner-up. Jeff Grubb.
Best input, 8-bit DOE Ultimate, 2.4 gigahertz, wireless controller, Hall effect, joystick, update, gaming controller with charging dock for PC, Android, Steam Deck, ampersand, Apple, Black's power button, asterisk.
Nice.
Good. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Lucy, it goes back to you.
Best hitting Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, followed by Thank Goodness You're Here and Tekken 8.
Tam.
Best VR game was the only VR game to be released in the last year. Batman Arkham Shadow, exceptionally good.
Sean.
Best game TweeWee stream. Did you just really want me to say that, Jan?
I just didn't want Mike to say it.
The winner was Lethal Company and everything we did in there, followed by Days Gone for some inexplicable reason and Alone in the Dark.
Mikey.
Most depressing game.
Best depressing game.
Read.
I was like, I'm going to do Jan proud this time. I feel like he didn't like my first read. And I so hard immediately.
Hey, Mike. English!
Callback.
I'm on fire today.
No, I missed it on purpose. That was just mean.
No, I missed on purpose. You know that.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Best depressing game goes to Persona 3 Reload with Silent Hill 2 and Mouthwashing as runner-ups.
Dan.
Best moment or sequence is Going Up in Hades 2, the musical montage, and Thank Goodness You're Here, and hopping on a griffin, flying across the map, falling thousands of feet, and then getting saved by your special boy, and Dragon's Dogma 2. The Going Up was the winner, by the way.
Now, he skipped a category. No one yelled at him.
Yeah, well, we were going.
Well, we were gonna, but he was talking, so.
Yeah, see, he spoke very well, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to hang on? Wait, give him
Jan.
another go. Give Mikey another go.
Mike.
Oh, I got this. Best oppressive game. The winner is Frostpunk 2, and the runner-up is Concord.
Yay! See?
Good night, everyone.
Did we read everything?
Yeah.
Looks like we did, yeah.
All right. Jeff Bacalar, start us off with the first category. Read the nominees, please.
For best new character.
Yes, please.
Oh, this is going to be rough, you guys.
Yeah, it's the second one I'm
can do
very
it, you can do
excited
it.
for.
Okay, Reina in Tekken Ocho. Azucena?
Well done.
Tekken Ocho.
Pronounced John.
Heisme.
Yeah.
Metaphor Refantasia.
Battlestar.
Gallica
Yep.
Yeah.
in Metaphor.
There we go.
So all the letters you need are right there.
Yeah.
Utatka Yumai. Yumai.
Almost. Yeah.
In Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Eric Tomizawa from Like a Dragon.
There we go.
Chitose Fujinomiya
Nice.
Yeah.
from Like a Dragon. Melanui,
Illinois.
that as well, from Hades 2. Still in the Sirens in Hades 2. Deacon St. Sean, that's a great name.
What the fuck?
What is that? What's that from?
That's from
Sean.
Oh, no shit. That's awesome.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. Terry from Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. Big Ron, thank goodness you're here. Tiny Tom from Thank Goodness You're Here. Mr. Slitterhead from Slitterhead. And Mario from Mario and Donkey Kong. And then Indiana Jones.
Call the
from-
dog Indiana.
Huh?
Call the dog Indiana.
Actually,
From Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Let me put the villain.
That's
Wait,
the
best new character is Indiana Jones?
yeah, that's
someone's having a
character.
goof.
Someone's being funny.
I was like, because
you put a
that
villain
dancing
in there?
priest,
Yeah,
I love that guy.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
He just jazzes.
He puts on his records, yeah.
Antonio.
Antonio, thank you.
Okay, someone please educate me. Why is Mario here?
Someone else is goofing.
New character.
He's new.
This is a new actor playing.
Well,
That's
I
a
don't know.
stretch.
I didn't put this in. I was just trying to.
Who did it?
It's Jeff. Greg.
I knew it.
You old scamp.
I am.
Okay.
Let's
right.
begin.
Okay, so
I
we can
did
take
Mr.
Deacon
Slitterhead,
St.
but-
Sean off the list, right?
Yes. Yes.
I don't have a horse in this race.
Yeah, my group was
Mr.
Mr. Slitterhead. Did anyone play Slitterhead
No.
for a second?
Oh, baby.
I installed it. That's about it.
know it came out.
Yeah, came out.
Also, didn't know it came out.
Yeah, it did. About a month ago.
It's quite a few Like a Dragon Infinite characters you got there.
It's Yamai.
Pick a favorite.
Who
Yeah.
is Yamai?
Yamai's the bad guy that becomes your friend. Okay, so there's like 50 of them.
Oh, wait, the cab driver?
No, that's Tomizawa.
Tomizawa.
Oh.
I was going to say Tomizawa.
Tommy's the guy who we had the standoff last year, and everyone kept thinking it was a real guy. Do you remember?
Oh, okay, right.
Oh.
Yamai is the guy that is always cold and wears the jacket. And
Relate.
he runs the gang.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah, that comes in with
With
the
the long
crowbar.
hair.
Yeah, okay, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's really good.
But if you guys feel stronger about Tomizawa,
I don't really feel strong about Tomizawa.
I don't feel strongly about Chitose either.
yeah,
Really?
I think it's Yamai.
I think
Over
Yamai
both
is.
of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy annoyed me for
Toby was
the first
annoying.
15
His
hours.
vibes were rancid on TV.
Yeah.
I still thought he was
okay.
going to betray me.
Yeah.
He also
gross.
tries to rob you immediately. It's like not a good first impression. So like,
But Yamai.
good guy, Yamai.
Yeah, he's like he was the one that was like secretly actually kind of a good guy the whole time, and I love that. That it's tropes, but I
And he
really
has-
like that stuff.
And he looks after his girls at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does look after his girls.
Good guy.
Yeah, like he did once he decides to like start taking care of you too. It's like okay, yeah, you feel that warmth.
When he gets patched up by like the older girl who
Yeah.
works at the club, and then she's just like, oh, he's taking care of me. For years.
He's
I
very
like that.
progressive pro-sex work. Good for him.
Exactly.
Very daddy.
So we're keeping Yamai, dropping Tomizawa. And
Sure.
Yeah.
Chitose.
I mean, Chitose is.
Chitose's cool, but
Jose's
also
great.
like not as impactful.
No, I would say the what's her name from Like a Dragon, who's the head of the Korean gang.
Yeah, I can't remember her
Cat.
name either. Yeah,
Oh yes.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, she's great.
Anyway,
What's that name?
Do we want to have these Tekken characters face off against each other?
Look, I was just saying that a lot better.
which one's that? I haven't played.
She's a
She runs
coffee
a
girl.
coffee mill and also dances and kicks ass.
Mike doesn't like how much she likes coffee.
I kind of hate her. I
Wow.
think you know the Flanderization thing. Characters get Flanderized.
What does that
they
mean?
have? So like it's with Flanders, right? So Flanders was like a little quirky and religious when they first
Yeah.
introduced him, and then you fast forward 10 years, and the entire character is just fiddly diddly dado. I like
sure.
God.
Okay.
Like
He's trying to say one note. She's
right.
one note.
Yeah, I was just saying. Just fast forward that immediately. It's like all it is
Yeah.
coffee. Everything she says is about coffee. Everything she does about coffee. And I get why that's funny for some things. I find it annoying and irritating.
My thought with Reina is that she's just bland. I didn't think there was anything
Okay,
memorable.
so exact
Oh.
opposite. She has been a cultural phenomenon in the FGC, Dan.
Why?
Just because she's the cool new female Mishima character. Like everyone
shit, Mishima?
loves her.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reveal at the end, right, is that she
Yeah,
evil
you
the
got
whole
spoiled
time.
before the game came out, but yeah, she is the new Mishima
Does
character.
she have the devil gene?
She
Yes.
does have the devil.
Oh, shit.
Oh, spoilers for the story, but yes,
Sorry.
that is going to be like
Right.
where
Yeah,
the story
alright.
goes.
Okay,
that
I
she's
get it.
like the new villain.
Okay, I didn't know she was a Mishima.
Even
that
like
helps.
before that in story mode, she was doing the whole like, haha, hee hee hee, oh, I'm so happy to be here. You look strong. Then like the eternal monologue would be like, huh, yes,
Yeah, it's really
That I'm
corny.
just a fool.
It's corny, but in a fun way. And just everyone loves her. I came up with this category. I wanted to put like her and Heisme on just because of like how much everyone loves those characters.
I was going to say, I feel like from the conversation yesterday, Heisman.
Yeah, Heisman is a lock.
Yeah, this is like the long game we've been playing with Metaphor.
Yes. Yeah.
Heisme gets this cat.
Yeah, this is what we've been alluding to.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I love my girl Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg's pretty great. She wants to eat everything.
Nico?
Lots of good characters in that game.
Stroll.
Yeah,
Stroll's a good boy.
I also put both the Metaphor characters on, and I debated who to include because I wanted to include everyone. Stroll's the best, best friend character Alice has ever
He's
done.
the best tall, skinny, blonde best friend character.
And all the characters are also kind of tropey in their own way, but they do fun stuff. Like Hulkenberg is a fun mix of a bunch of the tropes that they've done before, and just all the characters really shine. I put Gallica on just because I want to talk about it. I think she's a fun guide. Morgana could get a bit annoying, and they played on
Teddy.
facts. Yeah, they played on
way
facts.
better.
I didn't mind Teddy as much.
Teddy's a bit of
I
a...
didn't like Teddy so much. Teddy got flavourized in all the sequels.
Yeah, when
He's also a bit problematic.
Yeah, he's
Okay, right.
There's a lot of things about Persona 4 that I hope get smoothed out when they remake that one.
Yeah, but Gallica, she has some sweet moments with the protagonist.
Navi was actually like an interesting character.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
What a fun spin on
But I also feel like for a significant early portion of the game, she just fills that function of being the annoying helper character for a while.
She
until
does,
you
and
get
then she
there.
has growth.
She's no Heisme.
Yeah, definitely Heisme between the
number
two of
one.
them as
I
well these
almost
days.
wanted to throw in the protagonist in this category.
I was really happy that it wasn't a purely silent protagonist.
Yeah.
I'm a little over that. I still don't know if there was enough there for me to really latch on and love that character specifically.
Yeah, that's why I wound up not putting the protagonist on.
Yeah.
But out of all of the Atlas RPGs that I've played, I've wound up launching onto this protagonist more so than.
Sure.
Well, it's the
past.
only one who's not supposed to just be a stand-in for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can cut the protagonist.
We can cut Terry as well. Terry is cute.
I don't know if we should cut Terry.
Okay, listen, I like Terry a lot. He's got fun energy. He walks around with this his arms curled like this. He's a little kid, and it is infectious to the point where now Addie, whenever she's mad at me, she does walk into the room like this.
Yeah, we saw that.
I'm gonna send you to the moon. Yes, exactly. Yeah, people saw that on stream. Yeah.
I feel like Terry's the one I would most want to have a beer with.
Yes.
You know, they say,
Wait,
presidential
is Terry
candidates
old
and
enough?
stuff.
No, he's literally maybe
He
4.
drives a car.
Yeah, it's like a
To
tiny little toy
space.
car. To
He's an
space.
astronaut.
Yes.
It's
And then
funny
his uncle has to pick him up.
It's funny you say that because you don't know Heisme.
Oh, yeah.
All right, he likes to drink.
Yeah.
But I would also like to get a drink with Big Ron.
But Heisman sounds
Oh, yeah.
serious.
He is.
Terry
No,
seems
but he's-
He literally is hey, you're a little young, but you can drink. Here's some sake. Let's drink for the first time.
Yeah, he's not a gruff, super serious all the time guy still.
Yeah,
He
Terry
takes
just seems
himself
like a fun
serious.
guy.
Terry's a good guy.
yeah,
fun
that's
guy.
fair, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he hangs though.
Yeah, it's probably not. But remind me, Big Ron and Tiny Tom.
Big Ron's
Big Ron's Big Pies.
Oh, the pie guy.
And then Tiny Tom's Tiny Pies.
Who's the voice actor for Big Ron?
John Blythe. Ex,
I used to work with him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that's Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I put him on
They're
there
very-
because I
they're
love him.
Honey, can't you just make them a little bigger? God, that was good. But yeah, who do you take between Big Ron and Tiny Tom?
Big Ron, definitely.
Big
I think Big Ron. Big
Yeah,
Ron's
yeah.
got more substance.
Okay.
I love when Big Ron's entire shop gets filled with pie,
Yeah.
and he bursts through the window, and it just seamlessly transitions into him doing a commercial about the pies. Oh, that's good.
Who's Matt Berry? What is he doing?
The gardener.
Gardener.
But the problem with Matt Berry is that I just
Whoa,
I
there's
just
no
hear
problem
Matt
with Matt
Berry.
Yeah.
I just hear Matt Berry.
Yeah, but I get happy when I hear Matt Berry.
Yeah.
I get really happy.
Malinois and Scylla, I think it's
Cilla Black.
Ta-ra,
Ta-ra, ta-ra. That's a British reference.
Thanks England.
So many people.
So the friends, fans, and family at home.
Yeah, all the unnecessary U's. I heard them.
Spoilers for Hades 2. The reveal that once you beat them enough times, they write another song because they're so fucking pissed about how you beat them so many times. Because they sing a song about you fighting through the zone that they're in.
Yeah.
And then you beat them enough times, and then she gets mad, and she's like, "All right, another song," and it's about how mad she is at you.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I think that's
cute,
good.
yeah.
Melinaway is great,
Yeah.
but in a weird way, I need to see what the end of the game is going to
Yeah.
look like before I can.
Right.
Funny how that
definitively-
works.
Before I definitively can be like, I like Melinaway more than either of these. So out of these two characters, Scylla and the Sirens seem more complete.
I would rather go with Scylla the Sirens, also just because as soon as you enter that second world, you just hear her singing faintly.
yes,
And
throughout
every-
the entire,
it's loud.
yeah.
And it's just
That
so
boss fight
baller.
fucking bangs.
Yeah, like
so good.
Felt so overwhelmed at first, and then just started cruising through it. I think, out of the, two from Hades, Scylla for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well that's it. We did
I
it.
mean,
We have two from. We have two
I was going to
from-
say Gallic.
Gallic and God. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Heisman is a lot.
Esme's the boy.
Heisman a lot.
So we got 5.
Can I ask my Yamai crew? Because I feel pretty strongly about getting them on there, but I know you guys have a lot of other favorites. So
Oh, I do like him.
I do like him, but I for this I'm pulling for Big Ron.
yeah,
I feel like Big Ron deserves.
I could see that.
It deserves his moment. And also, I think Thank Goodness You're Here deserves this moment.
right. I like.
Obviously, I have a bias, so we have.
You know,
a bias.
obviously we got to cut more than this, but I would throw out. I also thought Raina was kind of bland. I recognize a lot of people do like her.
Yeah.
She just doesn't do a lot for me.
And I get that, but I know Tam and Mike know this, just how much people
Yeah,
love
I know, but
this
it's our-
character.
but
it's our award,
And
yeah,
I,
Okay.
as
Okay.
well,
I didn't know that. Yes. Yeah. You just said okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Not-
Heisme's the one I'm going.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I definitely want to see Heisman go all the way with this. So
Was Reina diminished it? Because the whole thing was like, oh, this is the new Hayachi, and then they just kind of brought that character back anyways. Did that kind of diminish Reina at all?
no, I think it just makes Heihachi look dumb.
Yeah.
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 My thing with Yumai is that in the first Like a Dragon, all those characters introduced were so strong, and then like Yumai, I do like his character arc just doesn't like. I don't find him to be as sticky as the people in the first game.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is like this is a trope they've done a lot. And
Yeah,
There are a lot of this guy.
Sort of what
these games.
you were saying to me about Reina. I've only played the first half of Infinite Wealth, and Yamai left zero
Yeah,
impression.
he
on me.
definitely he hits harder in the second half, but I don't think it's so much harder that he absolutely has to be on here. I'm okay with cutting Yamai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, huge.
Yep.
I then think that the fight is Reina and Scylla.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I did not play Hades 2.
Ooh, and
So-
I don't know what this is Tekken Ocho.
Tekken Ocho.
Fighter, yes.
Are mechanics in the boss fight that the character appears in, does that matter for the character?
To you,
I feel
does
like
it?
I think it does.
If it sells you on the character?
It's a part of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So spoilers for Hades 2. When you go into this boss fight, right? It's the singer and the drummer and there's a guitarist. When you take out, you can't take out the singer first, but when you take out either the drummer or the guitarist, it deletes that track from the song.
It's always very
So when you're listening to the song as it's playing, if you delete the guitar, if you kill the guitarist first, then the guitar track is just out and it's just drums and vocals. And then obviously in other orientations.
Sounds like a shoe-in for best moment or sequence.
Yeah, that sounds less about Scylla
Yeah, for
herself.
sure. So I'm willing to say goodbye to my girlies on this.
You sure? Like, we can talk out more if you want to.
It's all right. I'm not going to die about it, you know?
Oh, okay.
She's got the devil gene.
You know what?
That's true.
Nikki, we could potentially make a case for Scylla next year.
Yes.
I want to talk about that later. Not now, but I want to talk
Listen,
about
the
that
game's
later.
not done yet.
Game's not out yet at all.
Well,
Nikki.
You can buy it. You can
In
buy
beta.
it. You can
Shut
buy
up,
it.
you.
You
I'm
can buy
not, I'm not playing it until it's out. Though.
Yeah,
The
it's-
first one,
it's
I was
not out
happy
this
I
year.
did.
We played a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's,
Sure
a full,
did.
there's a full ass game in there.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's our 3.
Heisman wins.
Heisman wins.
Heisman wins. Yeah, let's say pretty.
Do you want to talk about Heisman?
We talked about a lot in previous shows, but to be clear, he is just such a fantastic character. The way he is introduced,
Yep.
you have different expectations of what he's going to be like.
Right.
And he is kind of a sad dad, but such a good version of that. And that part of him, it doesn't define him entirely. It's very important.
Yep.
It's who he is, and it impacts him the entire game. It's not something he's like, I'm cured from being a sad dad, but there is interesting growth there, and there's more to him than that.
Yeah, and I think the fact that even Dan and Grub are like, wait, the way you're describing this guy makes him seem like actually a really good character.
Sounds awesome.
There's only one other RPG character that feels the same kind of like spot
It's Mario
as him.
from Mario, Super Mario
No, it's
RPG.
not. In that it's like there's something about an animal as like it's Frog from Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Every time I see him, I'm like, this is Frog from Chrono Trigger.
It's frog
energy.
coded.
I thought you were going a different direction because I get the biggest Barrett vibes from Heisman.
He does kind of. It's just like Frog. Frog is a frog knight. Heisman is a bat ninja thief knight, whatever you want him to
I would
be.
occasionally, maybe it was just like the line delivery, but like get real from Final Fantasy 16 Sid vibes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like
better
were you
than all
anti-Bat, and now are you pro-Bat because of Heisman?
Oh, fictional bats are okay. I like
Okay.
Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, is this like shoot bat size, or is this bat at the size of a human?
Well,
No, he's
a
the
bit-
size
he's
of
short,
like
yeah,
a
he's
small.
very short.
He's like the size of a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a
little
couple
guy.
feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, best new character goes to Heisme from Metaphor Refantasio,
Nice.
playing the long game.
Oh, yeah.
Runners up, Reina from Tekken 8, and then Big Ron
Big Ron.
That was a big run.
from Thank Goodness You're Here.
Yeah. Damn it. There's a concerning amount of things happening that make me kind of want to.
Look how cool he is.
He's so good.
And he's a ninja.
Yeah.
He's a ninja.
And he's a trick boss.
Oh, you know
too.
what? I think the easiest comparison is that he's like an actually really cool Master Splinter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Version of that.
Yeah.
I
I love
love
Splinter's already pretty cool.
going back to the whole like he's kind of like your father thing. Of course, when there's a fishing mini game, he's the one who teaches you how to fish.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he teach you how to shave too?
He should.
I love
How
Heisman.
ties
Yeah.
tie.
Good.
We all
The
do.
birds and bees talk was very awkward, though.
Yeah, it was a little awkward, but he did it in a pretty delicate way.
Yeah.
Didn't make me feel too skeevy.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right, next category, best compilation or collection. We have Doom plus Doom 2, Castlevania Dominus Collection, Legacy of Kain, Rocket Knight Adventure Resparked, and then Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
I mean,
I haven't got a single horse in this
Same.
race. I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
back and let you. I'm gonna make a coffee.
I'm just gonna see like who dare
you make me
try and fuck with Tam on this.
I downloaded Legacy of Kain. I'm excited to finally play it. I know Tam loves those games.
Like who's gonna fuck? Who's gonna fuck with Tam?
The only thing I will say that I love those Castlevania GBA and DS games, and I've been hoping for a good way to play the DS games with because they've never been the easiest to emulate. You can do it, but like it's not as easy as the GBA stuff. So like Order of Ecclesia is incredible. That's one of my favorites. So like just to have them all in a way that you can actually play. But that's it. I have not played this collection. I intend to.
The collection's amazing. They're very good ports. They have great quality of life stuff. And, plus they added the original arcade version of Haunted Castle, but they also remade it and made it a much better game in the process of doing that.
Yeah.
So it's a very cool bonus. It's a fantastic collection.
It's really good.
The best Castlevania games, like in one package. That is like, I feel like it's one of those games that I would be okay if they constantly re-released it in every generation going forward.
Yep.
Because I just want
Right, and
to be
now they've
able
done
to-
it. They put it on one screen, so
Yep.
they easily could.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that it's a good enough collection that it should be should have longevity.
It is. The only one I like more than it this year is that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting collection. Because gosh, that thing rules. Everybody just wanted them to port Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and they could have just done that.
Yes.
And we got that in all those other Versus games. They even threw in the Punisher arcade game for funsies. And God, the netcode is amazing.
Yeah,
They
it's
work so well.
fantastic rollback netcode, which is what you want, so that as many people as possible can play it. The games themselves actually run amazingly.
Yeah.
These are the new default console versions of the game, like even over Dreamcast had issues and everything, but people are like, this is competitive with playing the arcade version.
Yeah.
That's how well these games run. And just the impossibility of it all, where we thought we were never going to get these games back. Like, it was going to be tied up in licensing hell and everything, and just that wasn't going to happen.
Found a way.
Is this the
Is it
one that
crazy?
has Puzzle Fighter? Or is that Capcom?
No, that's a different one.
Is that out?
That's been out for
Well, that's been out for a long time.
Okay, with Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah, that's different.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is just the Marvel vs. Capcom
see,
fighting
okay.
games.
Yeah, and X-Men, Children of the Atom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
It's fantastic. And, I mean, even if I'm not like playing it all the time, I'm watching videos of it still, almost a few times a week. I just love that. Like Marvel's Capcom 2 is relevant again, and seeing bits from these other games I maybe didn't play quite as much.
It kind of embodies what these collections should be in that they are bringing back these games for a new generation. We have these incredible new fighting game players, you know, who like the Sonic Foxes of the world, who are now discovering things that have never been found in Marvel 2 before, which is
That's
wild.
awesome. That's crazy.
Because we're getting new blood in here and everything. So it's phenomenal collection.
I want to say that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection is a definite lock because it repopularized dapping culture.
Absolutely.
And just like, I feel like a little bit of the world was slightly healed when I saw Ryu and Cyclops dap all over again.
Damn.
Doom and Doom 2, that's a really good collection. That's like the definitive way to play them. But we've had...
what is it? Like, it's just...
I think...
Night Dive.
Night Dive put it together, and they really just made it so
The original Doom?
Doom and Doom 2, which that's the thing. There's been a lot of ways to play these games in a pretty good state for a very, very long time. There are small improvements in there, but they're minor. Although it is still the definitive way to play it, so worth calling out.
Important to note that it's also official now. It's not like you need to do all this stuff to a WAD to make a better version of Doom. No, this is the official. You go on Steam if you never owned it, you buy this new thing.
And it's
they
Night Dive,
upgraded old people's copies to it on Steam and everything. This is the new definitive way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's just really good work. It's Night Dive doing their thing to Doom and Doom 2, but we can cut it because those games have been.
It kind of just is Doom.
Rocket Knight Adventure Resparks on here largely just because I really like Rocket Knight.
It's just you.
I love those games a lot. I think more people should play it, especially the original. And these games run very well on there. There's not a lot of other frills there. It's also expensive for that kind of collection. I forget what the price was, but it was like $40 for basically it's like 3 16-bit era ROMs. So, it does have to stay here, but there's one shout out because I love Rocket Knight.
I did just want to. Did anyone play Grandia HD Collection?
Not this year.
Is that new?
Is it not new?
I think it's just a port because I played those games on PC as an HD version years ago.
Okay, all right. So maybe it's just a port. Yes, it was on the big list of games. I just wanted to ask.
I could be wrong. I'm not
I mean,
sure.
either way.
They definitely released a collection on Switch recently, but I thought that might even been last year. I don't know. I didn't play it though.
Somehow, without being talked about, I think Legacy of Kain has wound up in the top 3 here.
I think it's the luck. That was easy. I think it's the luck.
Tim, who was going to argue that one?
Well, Tim, I actually just want to know, is it a faithful...
Yes, so, I think even without, I can make a case for it being the winner here. Because one, I think it's the only one on here that hasn't been re-released in some form or other before.
It's been a minute.
Well, I mean, the Castlevania stuff, the DS ones didn't really get re-releases before.
That's true, yeah, I guess so, yeah. This game, obviously, these games got pulled, and people were like, why the fuck is this happening? And the people, by the way, were a small amount of people. It felt like a personal attack on a very small group of people. And then when we found out, they're remaking it, or they're redoing it and putting it out, it was like really, really exciting and obviously nerve-wracking. I think why it deserves to be here is 2 of the greatest games of all time that are also undiscovered for a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of value in having a new compilation and collection, knowing that a significant portion of people haven't played it. And it's the same for Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff like that, how we've got fighting game players going back to it. But there's a joy in knowing that there's definitely going to be new people that are going to play this and discover that love, and it's going to be in a good way. They did some real kind of light touches in certain places to not completely change the way it felt. I feel like what I love about it is it's still a bit janky to play, but that's kind of helps this game in particular because at the time it was so ahead of what everyone else was doing. So you get to feel this is what I'm playing this. It's slightly janky, but it's doing this before any other game ever did it.
I want that jank.
Yeah, exactly. So it's this is the first time someone attempted this, and if someone came in and made it perfect, you wouldn't have that frame of reference, that context anymore. You don't know what it was like to play without a controllable camera. They put a controllable camera in there, but it's not free-flowing controllable camera. It just gives you a few more angles that you can work with. It's still a bit annoying at times, but you get that, this is how it used to be. They also, I think, it deserves credit for how they approached it. It was Crystal Dynamics and Aspire. So there's a person called Raina Audrin who is kind of become the de facto leader of the Legacy of Kain community almost. She's incredible, and they basically
A sole leader.
Yeah, exactly. Soul leader.
I don't get it.
She's been in the
Is that a Soul Reaver?
she's been in the community for
liked it,
years.
Jan.
Like
I need
she's
that.
she's been in the community for years, and that community is long suffering, and it's been an uphill struggle trying to keep it alive. And she's always been like, the head of the spear in doing that and maintaining it. And Aspire and Crystal Dynamics got her to direct this project, which is
That's really cool.
huge.
I didn't know
the
that.
fact is, like, she spent years and years and years doing a remake effort or enhancing it just on her own. Just because she wanted to make that, available to people. And the fact that they brought her in and made it official is amazing. She knew exactly what everyone wanted and delivered it. Better graphics. She put a little, not she, but the team together put a little map in there that doesn't change things too much. Little objective markers. She went in and all the stuff that was, or most of the stuff that was cut from it, made it visible, and like stuff that was unfinished, put it back in the game, but not in the game. You can just go to a menu and hit, I want to play this cut level, and you just get to move around in that level and like see what it would have been like without integrating it back into the actual Legacy of Kain games. So like the first game is brilliant, like it holds up so well, and it's the perfect version of it. Same goes for the second one. Like a lot of people like that maybe more, but I would describe it as close to an ideal version of a re-release of Legacy of Kain as they could have been.
It's difficult. It seems like more work was put into those individual games than any other games on these other collections, even though they have more games. And like Dawn's Collection and Fighting Collection, they each have like their little treat too, like the Surprise Punisher game, the Surprise Haunted Castle remake, right? So. Yeah, it's difficult.
It does sound like Legacy of Kain, more work is put into the individual games.
Which is what I was wondering, because I was like, that's what I needed, and it sounds like that's exactly what it got.
Bringing those games to modern systems is not easy.
Yeah, but
like that thing barely made it onto the PlayStation. Like they had to cut an ending out of it, which is, and that's another thing now, where it's like originally it ends on a cliffhanger. And it's not a good ending on a cliffhanger because the moments before it are so intense and so like edge of the seat that when it ends, you're like, what?
Yeah.
But it was a product
resolution.
of like, ship this now. And they just could not find the place for it. But now that you have this collection, you get to go straight into the next part of it. Whereas
that's cool.
Motherfuckers like me have to wait for years to be like, what happens next?
Yeah.
So it's ideal.
That is cool.
But, there's a part of me that like wants to fight more for Dawn's Collection and Marvel's Capcom because I like those franchises more.
Sure.
But like just hearing what Tim says, it beats what Tim and it's all that work put into it. I have no problem getting it to Legacy of Kain.
I think where I'm coming from is like, this is outside of the conversation. I'm not the base fan of the Legacy of Kain games, but that's also not what the category is best compilation or collection. And you're really selling me on how much work they put into it. When I'm talking about Marvel versus Capcom, I'm looking at how they have preserved something that has been ethereal in video games for such a long time.
Yeah.
It's been so hard to play these games, even just single player, but let alone the fact that it has the best online multiplayer these games have ever had. I talked to Matsumoto-san at EVO, and I asked him about the physical copies of this game. I was like, did you do this for preservation's sake? And, translator's sort of like, working that. He's like, the translator told me that, Matsumoto-san is like a huge fan of physical media because of that reason. Like he wants to have like stuff on CD and vinyl, and like he likes to get his games that way sometimes too. For that reason, that's why like the team wanted to put out physical copies so that this game won't go away again.
Yeah.
Like even if we can't secure the license again or renew it or whatever, the fact that those copies are out there, that we made this the best collection it could be, with the best online it could have, we wanted this to be like the definitive way to play this. And so I think that goes a long way. But it's also very much just what Capcom is doing with these collections at this point. And they're doing phenomenal work, but it sounds like Tam's really selling me on like the love that was put into making sure that the Legacy of Kain collection was the best that those games could be.
The final thing I'll say, just to call it out as something that is very, very like a cool thing they did is obviously that community has been in a corner just doing its best to keep each other going, and now we have this moment where this game is out. They bring in kind of one of the key figures from the community to direct it. They also carry that community theme into the kind of bonus content. So like when you go into the bonus content, there's a section for cosplay for fans and artwork from fans. And I think that's real. It was just really nice to be like, you're part of this. You were here the entire time, so we'll include some of it as well.
That rules as opposed to say Marvel, where it is great to see all that like old Bengus art.
Bengus art is good, man.
It's real good, man. But it is just that stuff that's been around. It's like here's a nice collection of it, but that sounds even cooler.
Dominus collection makes Castlevania work on one screen now.
I like that a lot.
It's half as many screens.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy it exists, and I will go back and play them. But like, I'm not going to argue against Legacy of Kain. And as someone who has not really played Legacy of Kain but always been curious, I am very happy to hear that it's this good.
I want to go play it.
Yeah, I don't have my Steam Deck. I might start it like in the
Please bring back Legacy of Kain.
Question for you.
I'm begging you.
Go ahead.
Is Raziel, is he vampire adjacent?
He begins as a vampire.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then becomes a wraith.
Okay.
Vampire
He's
2.
betrayed.
Now, for you, Tam, between Blade or Raziel?
Vampires?
No, just like vampire characters.
I have to pick one, either Daywalker or the Soul Reaver. It's without a doubt the Soul Reaver.
Okay, that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Tam, what's going on with that dude's mouth?
So when he was thrown in the Lake of the Dead, that Lake of the Dead is basically acid to a vampire. So on the way down, the character, what he looks like is basically what remains after being dissolved. So he doesn't have a lower jaw.
You need that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, so he uses like the sash of his clan and wraps it around his face.
Okay.
And pulls it when he's breathing souls.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty fucking badass. Okay. Before he dies, he looks exactly like
St. John. Damn, you were trying to think of his name. Did you get it?
No.
While I was
It's a
thinking,
very famous
Actor?
musician. My brain.
Trent Reznor.
Wait, with the scarf, Lenny Kravitz.
I'll explain to you. I'm going to do it off mic because I'm so embarrassed about this.
Mike, you're saying something?
just one thing about Marvel's Capcom collection. It did give us maybe the.
David Bowie?
Yes. I knew it was Bowie.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing.
Do you know? I'm not going to put you on blast.
Too late. I mean,
all the white people are upset. What the fuck?
A huge part of Metal Gear Solid 5, Tam.
it's
I
also
just
like
need
a
to know
British
the
thing.
frame of reference he just said. The guy in the Prestige.
Oh no! Yeah.
I know David Bowie, but my brain is absolutely cooked.
Yeah.
I could not.
Okay, Tam.
Mike, you were going to say something
There's
about.
one thing about Marvel's Capcom collection. It gave us maybe the greatest key art ever.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That is
Also,
so good.
I want to do a PSA for people because it's so hard to find these moments. The Bengus art is currently being used for the covers of a bunch of Marvel
We were
comics.
talking about that. We need to grab
That
those.
is the biggest that Bengus art has ever been printed, I think,
Big
and
bang,
available. So you should go into. I went to my comic book store and I was like, "Can you get me all of these, like just on order?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Oh, sick.
So-
Cool. I'll do that.
James.
Yeah, James. Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
James.
He's a good dude. So if you should go out there and get it if you love Bengus's art, and I definitely do.
Yeah.
All right, best compilation or collection. Winner, Legacy of Kain. Runners-up, Castlevania Dominus Collection. And Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection as runners-up. Wow, we're blasting through categories, yo. All right, next category, funniest game.
All right.
Okay.
We got
Fact.
Arzette, Jewel of Faramore, Astrobot, Infinite Wealth, Helldivers 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Rise of the Golden Idol, Tactical Breach Wizards, Thank Goodness You're Here, Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door, Lethal Company, and Content Warning.
I think if I could just speak because I haven't spoken in a while.
Yeah, you've just been
You can say
dissociating.
whenever. You can talk
He's
whenever
just
you
watching
want.
hockey highlights.
No,
over
I
there.
just don't understand a lot of these categories. I haven't said the game's probably not over. I think for me, I know what should win here. I think the interesting part of this category is like the runners up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like who gets
It's like the opener to the main event stand-up.
Exactly. Like we're all here to see that band.
But what's the funny game that you think should win?
Yeah, I mean, it's
So-
the one. It is the one. Yeah.
It's
the one.
thank goodness you're here, right?
I
Like,
don't
good. I just
necessarily think it's
wanted
like
to-
a shoe-in to win, but I see what you mean.
Okay.
come on, I feel that way pretty strongly.
Yeah, same.
I just don't know I think everyone finds their own comedy and humor in a lot of these other ones, and that's going to be the toughest thing to square.
What's crazy is that there are so many real contenders here because I have, for the longest time, thought that games are not great at comedy and comedy
Now
writing.
they are.
I have a last minute addition. Duck Detective.
Oh, Duck Detective is great.
Is really funny.
Really cute. Really cute game.
Really funny.
Yeah, it's like so the fact that there's like 10 plus 12 whatever genuinely very very funny games. Like all of these are great contenders here.
And they're funny for they're funny for different reasons.
Yeah.
Right? Like the thing about Indiana Jones and like Lethal Company.
Right. It's the comedy you bring to it.
It's the comedy, you're bringing the comedy to it. The games, there are jokes and there is like comedy inherent in the stuff.
The situation is ready to present the comedy.
Yes, to do the jokes on top of.
Right.
That's Helldivers 2 in a nutshell.
Yeah, that also.
Yeah, for sure. But with that said, I don't know if I would like. I don't know if like funny is even in the top like 4 adjectives that I would describe Astrobot as.
No,
It's more amusing.
Yeah.
It's joyful. It's amusing. It's like,
I would say Astrobot's more whimsy than funny.
There's definitely times where I'd go, well, I can't believe they're doing this, and then maybe laugh to myself. It's more like
Sensible chuckles.
It's not going to make
say
it
chuckle.
category.
No, it's just not
Little
gonna
lulls.
humor.
Now, let me say this about Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door, and I'm usually, I'm always remakes count.
Yeah.
The script is basically the script from that original game. Right.
It continues to be funny, but I do not feel good about putting it on
I don't
this
need to get
list.
Some of these other ones, yes.
So very funny game still.
Paper Mario and Astrobot found dead in Miami.
I don't think
Together?
Rise of the Golden Idol's that funny. It's like a
Clever
dark
circumstance.
humor.
The scenarios are kind of funny. Like,
Yes.
this guy's on fire, and he.
But I wouldn't describe it as.
I agree.
Infinite Wealth is a funny game in many ways, but I don't think it's a new kind of humor for Yakuza.
Sure.
in
Yeah,
a lot
for
of
sure.
ways. Like,
Yeah.
And like that humor hits for me 100% of the time, but it's because I'm very familiar with it and I know it, and it's like it works. They haven't changed it up or anything.
In that vein, then, well, not really in that vein. I don't know why I said that. Sorry.
Out of the vein.
Mechanical comedy.
Yeah.
I think we have Helldivers has to go up against Tactical Breach Wizards.
No, the
and
script
then-
of Tactical Breachers is.
Yeah, the
It's so
Tactical
good.
Breach
Script.
was-
There's Goofy.
Oh, there's
Goofy. Oh, huge.
The whole
Okay,
thing
never
is like
mind then.
wizards like working like a 70s.
Although Nicky Active was just thinking about pushing people out the window. It's like, that's the
Right.
funny part.
That is funny.
To me, okay.
Don't get me wrong, that is very funny.
Okay, cool. So then, is it Helldivers versus Lethal Company? I think have
And Content Warning.
Warning.
And Indiana Jones.
Well, my thought is
yeah.
like Helldivers 2 Lethal Company content warning, going off what Nikki said about how it's like a platform for humor.
Yeah.
I think the thing that puts Helldivers above it is it does have those like situational comedic moments with you and your crew, but it also has like writing and tone and stuff.
Yeah, even the shop descriptions and stuff.
Yeah,
are
exactly.
funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. This doesn't work for me because when I think of the funniest moments I had with games this year, it was like Lethal Company and Content Warning.
very funny.
I actually laughed way harder when we were playing Lethal Company than any of the jokes, and thank goodness you're here.
Oh, and I was going to say with Content Warning
Same,
gave Nikki the ability to be hilarious on camera, and they just ran with it. That was an incredible stream. It was so funny.
And it's not like best comedy game. It is funniest game.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we'll do your RZ, whatever you need to say.
I want to be clear. Like, I'm a huge advocate.
I think Arzette's like the number 2.
I think Arzette's the one.
Is there a really hard category?
This is the one I laughed at the most. So the Arzette was just people looking at those awful CDI Zelda games. Like, let's just make one of those. And
I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh no, it's okay. I still love you, Daddy.
It was him.
Fantastic.
I didn't even flinch when he said it.
And they did such a good job of replicating that and like both just being that thing, but satirizing it, and then wrapping up in a game that feels like that but actually plays well and is mechanically still funny because it has all of that jank and all of that weird UI and the just absolute bizarre animation and strange voice acting
The
choices.
voice acting is so
funny.
The timing is incredible.
And the animation you really can't because it's like so unhinged. They never look like they're tracing over the last
It was
frame.
originally done by like some outsourced to some weird Russian animation studio.
The original and the Zelda.
The original, and
CDI
like
games.
this, and like it's not something that you see anywhere else. So replicating that is not
for
some
sure.
easy
Like,
thing.
It's insane that it's simultaneously a a parody and a really good version of that crappy old concept. It's so cool.
So, like, my favorite thing about RZ is I have no real fondness or memory of the Zelda CDI games, and seeing this is like watching an animation studio break all of cinema rules.
Yes.
And like every rules when it comes to like traditional entertainment. I'm just haunted by the image of the wolf just like kind of like cringing and howling to himself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's just so good.
Just so many little like things burn into my memory of these characters. That the weirdo in the bar, like, everyone is a princess. Just in terms of just games in general that had a specific mission statement and then trying to nail it, did such a good job. It's so impressive to me.
Yeah.
I think Tactical Breach Wizards is funny, but I feel like the passion is not. I don't know if it's going to happen here. You know,
That's fair.
I think Tactical Breach Wizards is probably on my top 10, and it was a really funny game. But I think a lot of that is in the combat and like a couple of the missions. They're better written than others.
I think of the games on this list, Tactical Breach Wizard is probably the best at combining the humor of the writing with the humor of the gameplay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. It's not.
So it's also not going to be for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like a very text-heavy game as well.
So
If you can just skip all of that.
I haven't got to play Indiana Jones yet, and I'm interested to see it here because like Indiana Jones can be funny.
Yeah,
like
it's
It's funny.
slapstick.
It's
like-
funny, but like, I think it's a testament to how well it captures the vibe of all of those films.
I think
And,
it's funnier than any of the movies. I
It's
think.
yes. Well, it's funnier because it's a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But I would argue that like the humor that we all find in it about throwing a hammer at a corpse at its butt, and just watching it bounce off its butt, just sort of laugh at that.
I learned a lot about you.
Yeah, you know, that's what I've been doing. I mean, did like
Bunch of good
that.
guy, the dick until he died.
I showed him that a lot, and he thought that was really funny. He was laughing. I feel like that again. It's maybe a similar thing with Astrobot, where it's like I don't look to that as like, oh, that's a funny ass game. Like right now, I'm sitting here.
It's surprisingly funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I cannot wait to get home and play that game
Yeah,
again.
right.
But I'm not. It's not because I want to laugh.
No,
it's
for
because I
sure.
want to like
Right.
do
It
the
also,
indie shit.
I would also go so far as to say that it is funny in the same ways that Wolfenstein is funny.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So it is
Good show.
not new in its like
for them.
in what it's
Yeah.
doing. It's like it is funny in the way that machine games are funny.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that, like, as someone who hasn't had a chance to play this yet, it feels like every other game that we're talking about for this, humor is very much one of the focal points of the game, whereas Indiana Jones is almost incidentally funny. Like, I know it sets you up in some ways, and but it's almost. You can kind of do that in most games.
Yeah, you can
it's just
also
very good at
You
it.
could also play Indiana Jones and have it not be funny.
Right.
Yeah.
There are people for
Yeah.
whom they would play that game and it would not be as funny as I
Right,
think.
they make it through all the
especially
way,
the
yeah.
people that we like in this room, the way we play it, and then so I'm. More
Yes,
than
but
happy
what we
to-
do is we find the comedy that is there.
I am picturing someone who like plays it like a first-person shooter and like uses the guns
gun,
maybe more
yeah.
than we do. It's
Sure.
probably just like a really good like adventure first-person shooter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Right.
we're just like
I've still not shot a
throwing
gun.
shit.
I don't know how to get to the gun.
Yeah, I am not shooting guns.
I do on occasion, yeah, but it's way funnier. to just
Would you
break
say
shit.
like the laughs that you get in Indiana Jones is more like a
Yeah.
No, I'm laughing
No, I'm
pretty loud
laughing pretty
sometimes.
hard.
Laughing-
Yeah.
Sometimes
I do
punch a
like
guy
something.
in the dick to death.
Yeah.
have you heard?
That's good.
Okay.
Beat
That
the
seems
guy with
like
a
a
hammer to death and knock
That
his
seems like
body
a
off
good
a cliff.
best hidden type of thing there. Okay, we are now down to 6, but I think the battle's between Helldivers, Lethal Company, and Content Warning.
Yeah, I'd like to say about content warning because
Wait, thank goodness you're here.
Thank goodness you're here, though. Oh, I see.
I see what you're saying.
They are of a similar ilk.
Right, yeah.
I think we have to pick between Lethal Company and Content Warning.
yeah, I'd like to say about content warning because that one really did set us up with the cameras
Yeah.
and stuff like that and the
So
microphones and the
I
props.
haven't seen or played Content Warning.
It's
Can
a-
someone give me a...
It's a Lethal Company like you start at this house, you all wake up, you've got these huge like camera faces with emoticons as
You can make
your
yourself,
face. You can pick what they are, and then you get a camcorder and you get in this big elevator and you go to hell. And the goal is to create a video that gets as many views as possible on this thing called SpookTube. And you
Right.
go down and you record videos of the monster and people in your party running away from the monster, and then you go back upstairs and you pull the DVD out of the camera and you put it in the computer, and then you sit and you watch the video that you just created with
so
all
funny,
of the the video and the audio, and it's because you can drop the camera, you can have different perspectives. There's zoom in there, you can turn it do selfie mode. Like there's so much stuff.
And it's linearly cut, so as the person's like holding the button, if they like accidentally let go of it, there's weird cuts.
Yeah,
It's crappy YouTube editing. It's a video game that let us just give Nikki a camcorder, and then we had funny moments where like a grub got stuck in this like Iron Maiden, and Mike had to like type in a captcha to like unlock it, and it was so fun to watch. And it has audio too in the video that you watch.
You could buy microphones so someone could be off around. You could still hear them on the thing.
There's a green screen outside.
Yeah, all the like positional audio stuff that Lethal Company has. Well, we have like boom mics and stuff that we buy, and we like bump into each other's faces and stuff, and it all works as you think it would.
You're like making bits in the game, and then you're watching. It reminds me of like being like a junior high with a camera. Having editing software, we're just plugging it in the TV.
And seeing what happens.
The thing that it does is like one of my favorite bits of like when you accidentally keep recording, but you're pointing at the wrong thing.
The wrong thing.
And it's like there'll just be a clip of like either Nikki or someone else that picked up the camera just like quietly whispering to themselves as like they're walking back. And it's like, oh shit, okay.
And I know we're not getting too external here, but just like broadly speaking, the way I've heard our friends throughout the industry talk about doing their streams of it and hearing their hilarious moments, I'm like, I didn't even think to do that, but that sounds
They're not as funny as us though.
Like, it wasn't. It's like it's not just us. This is
exactly. That's why I'm getting at. Is like just in terms of funniest game, boy, that game.
And plus, Lethal Company came out last year.
Hey, all right, there you go. There you go.
Oh, shit.
Also, it's so smart too that the video you watch after you put the DVD in, it just auto saves it to your hard drive on your computer.
We can play it.
It's just like an MP4. There you go.
That's a good idea.
It's like the most shareable thing.
Okay. Does content warning go over Helldivers?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to say
Sounds like
yes.
I want to say yes.
I think content warning is a lot.
I say no, but also whatever.
I think the Helldivers comedy is like fine, but
It's just Starship Troopers.
Exactly. I think it's pedestrian. I think it's
Hey,
all
everyone, a
pedestrian,
Starship Troopers
like,
game also came out this year.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
I think the trouble with Helldivers 2 is that there's an obscene amount of that audience that does not actually understand the humor.
I don't think that should count against it. That shouldn't count against it.
Right.
That's a humanity
But
problem.
Nikki's right. I mean, it is just the tone of Starship. Like they're doing a great job with it. A lot of things have tried to do that, like satire, military stuff, but like this nails it.
Yeah.
Duck Detective.
Oh, talk to me.
It's good.
About the missing salami.
That's a good subtitle.
Where'd it go?
It's it's stolen, and you're a private duck detective, and you are like a grim noir guy, but you're a duck.
Great.
So you speak like, oh, my ex, she took the bread. You know, like it's all that kind of shit. It's
good.
really funny. And then you go to a regular office. And it's a bus depot, and it's like the office at the bus depot, and someone has stolen a salami, and then you have to unravel the case.
It's really cute.
Really cute.
That's cool. It's like a Rise the Golden Idol, like.
Yeah, they've
Yeah, it's very
Okay, I
it's
wanna
much,
play this.
but you have to
You have to grill other characters.
You have to grill all the
But you're a
characters
duck, but you're
and
acting like a
find
noir detective.
Wait, are the other characters people?
no, it's like a giraffe.
There's
and a-
different animals.
Oh, other
Does
animals.
the duck have a hat?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, little
Yeah.
trench coat.
Yeah, it's a trench coat and
Is
a
it
hat.
black and white?
No, but his name is like. Hang on.
Is his name on like a frosted door?
Nobody has a rundown
smoke?
apartment.
Yeah, he's got a rundown apartment.
Does he smoke?
I don't
Is he
think
Bob
he does.
Hoskins in Roger Rabbit?
The secret salami. Sorry. You are. Oh yeah. Hang on. Wait.
Sure duck.
We also haven't covered the fact that the way to solve crimes is called you use your powers of deduction.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait. What's his name again? It's so good.
Yeah, he's a good name.
He's got pants.
It's Agresco meets
not as-
Return of the Obra Dinn.
He's not as gritty as I wanted him to be.
He's
He's
a little
cute.
bit-
It's just a duck.
Yeah, he's cute, but that's the part. That's what makes it funny. Everything is cute, but he's acting like he's in the most like dire circumstance
Yeah,
in
that's
life.
funny.
And
I'm gonna
and-
start doing that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna just be a noir detective, but here. But cute.
And also, there's a lot of comedy in seeing a duck detective like
Waddle
flapping about, then like getting into these weird conversations.
Just wish like he was like unshaven a little bit.
Max Payne 3.
Yeah.
But does it hang?
I don't know if it hangs compared to.
I don't think it does either. But why is it so bloody difficult to find this character's name? Because it made me laugh.
Well, we can circle back.
It's getting its
Eugene McQuacklin.
That's it.
Yeah, it's it's getting its flowers here a little bit, or breadcrumbs if you will.
Beauty.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm good for it to go, but more people should play
Yeah,
it.
it's
They
like-
just announced a sequel.
Yeah, and it's like 3 hours long.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna play it. I'll play it just
It's
for
fully
you.
voice acted.
Already?
It's a very it's very good. Like sit in bed and have
Yeah.
a nice time.
I'm gonna play this, yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
nice.
I'll check
You
it
play
out.
it with the kids.
Oh, really?
it's a
Okay.
good game,
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah,
awesome.
Gimmicks would like it.
Yeah, okay, I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and then I can't wait for the gimmicks to be like a little noir.
They would
I just said Dibaddy and Maddie. Like as the kids.
Did you mash our kids' names together?
Oh.
No more fusion dances on this.
It's so dangerous,
Felt
guys.
good.
It only lasts
I'm
for 30
excited for your
minutes.
kids to get obsessed with ducks.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really do like detective stories. I read them a lot of children's detective novels. and
Have they
stuff.
seen Detective Pikachu yet?
I think I don't know if I did try to show it to them. I will. We'll see if
They thought it was mid, like everyone else.
Yeah, that ending is.
All right. Thank goodness you're here wins.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean-
Don't make that face, Jan.
I'm just saying for like confirmation. Right?
I like that game so much. I don't have any big problem with it, but boy, did RZ make me laugh more.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I was pretty targeted by that
Yeah.
because I've been fascinated with those CDI Zelda games.
Sure.
Like since the CDI came out, I remember going to Best Buy and they had a demo station and we played it there.
Sure.
And just be like, what the hell is this? And having that stuck in my brain my entire life, and then having this come out as this sort of validation and
made by
like,
people who had the same thing.
Sure.
stuck in their
Yeah,
brain.
right.
Right,
It was
right.
just the most gratifying,
the same
funniest
way.
thing. Yeah.
The thing
Content
is
warning made
that-
me laugh more, but
let's not.
I was gonna say the thing
immediately-
is that what Mike had for RZ, I had for
Right.
growing up in Northern England.
I think
Growing up as a duck.
Yeah, one key difference that I would highlight here is Ozzy is funny for evoking a time when games were dumb and funny and bad, and Content Warning is funny, but it also is circumstances, and like you make your own fun. The thing that I think really elevates Thank Goodness You Here is like it's bridged a cultural divide in a lot of ways. There's British humor is very, very, very specific, unique, and most people you can turn on a TV unless you're like wired to get it. Like Bacala watches a lot of British comedy stuff. You probably would just look at it and be like, "What the fuck is this? I don't really understand it." Whereas Thank Goodness You're Here is quintessential peak British comedy, but it hits with so many different kinds of people because of the medium as well. Because the way you interact with it,
Yeah.
the physicality of it, like it's hard to like see the humor in slapstick, even when it's like culturally removed to another place. You know, it's like I don't really get it. But when you're actively participating in it, and there's a cause and effect of the actual comedy, it's like you get it more, and you kind of like. I feel like if you had watched a show in which a man stuffed sausages through a hole. In British, you probably would be like, I don't really get this, but because you're there and you're partaking in it, and it's like you've had all the lead up to it, and you're in the moment of it. I feel like it's really, really important for actually making British humor and exporting it in a way that other peoples can at least understand it or experience it in a microcosm.
I think with this game, what really probably does put it over the top is if this was the best comedy game category, there's no doubt this wins. This is the best comedy game of the year without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Talking about the hot duck part, it's just like
I was just thinking about that.
when we play games, we're just conditioned to like if something happens in the game, it's like, well, this shiny thing has to be here for a reason, or they wouldn't put that ladder there for no reason. And so you're conditioned like, okay, something's happening over here. I'll go by this hole, and he just keeps putting hot dogs out. And you're like, all right, am I just gonna wait here? Is this gonna keep happening? And like it's there to be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about funny moments, like, 'cause, the thing about Thank Goodness You're Here, I love is that they'll have a joke and then you come back to it, it builds on it, it builds on it. They're coming down the chimney.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
my God.
Yes.
That poor
Build
guy.
up, it
Poor
keeps
guy,
getting more.
when he's
and
like
poor guy.
shaking,
Yeah.
just finished tidying up, he's just shaking.
The absurdity.
It's really good stuff.
I think it's the funniest game I've ever played.
I think it's the
And also,
best comedy game. I've
the absurdity
laughed
of
harder
it-
in other games. I just have.
The
Yeah.
absurdity of it is like above and beyond. Like the bit where you have to go shopping for the sick lad.
Yeah, oh, and he's the hand.
The hand is like across the fucking entire thing, and you're like,
I think
what
the
the
milk,
fuck?
when you're in the car.
There's so many good jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, funniest game we have. Thank goodness you're here with Arzette Jewel of Fairmore and Content Warning as our runners-up. We're going to take a quick Bricky Break because we have 3 more categories to go. I'm surprised we haven't had a surprise category pop up.
No. Those were all intended.
Yeah, but I do want to say Content Warning was number 2 there. That's the only one that's
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mike. Bye.
What?
All right, let's see you right after the break. And we are back and getting a little cozier. Day 3 is getting a little bit more intimate. We've decided to bust out the blankies, take the shoes off. Mike, take your shoes off.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Everyone else did.
I almost hugged his fart pillow earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saved your
You
life.
did. I'll never forget.
You can take your shoes off.
Thank you. I can take my shoes off if I want to. I can leave my friends behind.
Okay, well, this thing will get
I think your friends might leave you.
Yes, might do that.
We have already crowned winners of 3 different categories, and we have 3 more categories to go. We're starting off the second half of Day 3 with Horizon Presents Game That's Most Not For Us. The nominees are Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice, 1000X Resist, Metaphor Refantasio, Star Wars Outlaws, Funko Fusion, The Plucky Squire, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma 2, Stalker 2, Lego Horizon Adventures, and Dragon Age The Veilguard.
Do we
There's
want to
some
take,
easy cuts here, right?
well, let's take a crack at sure we explain what's happening here.
Can you explain this category?
Yeah.
Rob?
Yeah. Basically, it's like when we do ours, me and Mike, we do one. It's like game that we least got, and it's like that everyone else seemed to love.
Right.
Yeah.
We're basically going for that. The game that everyone else seems to get that we don't, but we're doing it collectively. So as John,
That's hard.
It
Well, I
is.
was gonna say, if it's everyone seems to love, then like it's Funko Fusion.
just-
Yeah, get Funko Fusion out of there, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then I think there's
Why?
because I don't think
No one's
anyone's
really
into that
like
game.
crazy.
And that's not for anyone.
Oh, that's not for anyone.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
specifically.
Or it's like, Dragon Age got Time Game of the Year or something.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
9 of us. It's just.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard. And like, I think if there's any that people are like Metaphor, for example. As much as it's not for me, there definitely are people on set who like it. So I don't think that's
It's going to be a balancing act.
no, but I think with how much it's not for you.
Right, that balances against it.
severe.
I don't know.
Oh, it's super kind of
We've had some growth here in the
Right,
past couple
exactly. So right, that brings it back
episodes,
down. So like, just we're imagining in our heads 2 sides, and we're going to weigh it.
I
One
think I
side's
know
not
the
for us;
answer
it's
to
for
this.
someone else. We'll try to figure it out.
I think I know the one. Like I just did a quick mental.
Okay,
sort
I
of
want you to
run
say what you
through.
think the winner is because we kind of already.
I think it's
know.
Hellblade.
Yeah, Hellblade.
Yeah, it's Hellblade.
100%.
Oh, wait,
100% is
hang on.
Hellblade.
Does anyone really like it?
It won 2 awards
It
at
won
the
2
Game
awards,
Awards.
but also
like
you
those
see how
aren't-
many times it got longlisted at BAFTA too. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
firstly, like it's the qualifications for that are the awards it won weren't specifically for how it played. It was the audio and
but I don't
performance, which understandable. And the BAFTA stuff is like it's a British game, so there's like that doesn't mean that it's
There are-
gonna.
there are
but like
people
there's a
who-
little.
there are a lot of
boost
people who
there.
do like it, though.
But no, I definitely feel like there are a lot of people that were into it. Whether that's because they feel it's the quality of the game, there's also that contingent of people that are gonna back it because it's Xbox exclusive or that kind of stuff, Microsoft exclusive. But I feel like there's enough of a fandom around it that it
Yeah,
can
and
hang.
you can't really argue against like for what's trying to do at least. It is a very well-made game, and so you can see.
No,
Well, like audio.
Sounds otherwise too. Okay, the AV component's great.
What I'm getting at, Dan, is like those components are well made. We just didn't like them, so that's why it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's not fun to play.
I'll say this: like I feel like I think I would like this game if I played it.
Hellblade?
Really?
No, I don't think you would.
I don't think you would.
No.
There's
Take it back.
it's like you're walking in sand so much playing it.
And you know how I
Yeah.
feel about the beach.
Now, Jerv,
Sure.
it has one of the slowest openings of any game of all time.
Yeah.
Literally. You have
Yeah.
to hold forward as she like trudges forward for like 10 minutes.
Do you like walk and talk, like Gears, Batman, just...
Yeah, well,
I like it for Batman because it's just
It
like
feels
Batman,
like a
but-
game designed around its strength, which is the visuals. But what I mean by that is everything else is designed to make sure that the emphasis is on the visuals, which means you move slowly.
Yeah.
You have to look around. There's so many environments where you're just walking.
It's paced like a tech demo.
Yeah, it feels like a tech demo of a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, the combat is very much like built around not it being fun to do the combat, but like, oh, this is the part where we zoom in on the face and she's going, it's not about the actual
And the
gameplay.
problem is, like, those combat sequences are so drawn out that, like, you're repeating the sequences when the first time you do them, they're supposed to be so impactful, and then you have the same sword clash.
Yeah.
And then
It's
you
the
have
same guy.
It's
Yeah,
the same guy.
and
just
then
love
like
how-
within the second encounter, you realize there's no depth to it. Like it's
Yeah.
just not satisfying, and you're just like, I have to carry on doing this. Okay, whatever.
I love how like you're like my like gaming barometer. Like you're like I trust you so much with that. Thank you.
I think you'd like
power.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Are we good to take metaphor off?
Yeah.
I think so.
Star Wars Outlaws, I don't know why that's on here.
I mean, it's for me. I love some. I think there are people who like it, but I know it's not for a lot of people.
I like
here.
it fine.
It's not, yeah.
Is it just kind of? Is it two in the middle?
It's just fine.
Yeah.
I think it's mid.
Yeah.
And not like repulsive.
I don't know
Or
if
the amount of hype I've heard about 1,000 Times Resist from some people, I feel like most of it I've heard has been from outside this group. Is anyone here super into 1,000 Times
I want
Resist?
to play it.
I
wanna
loved what I
play it.
played for I only got a few hours in
I
just
played
because
it.
the
Oh, you
time.
didn't even get to the
played a
subway
small amount.
surfers.
Yeah.
You would like the story,
Yeah.
but the actual like getting there is just
Yeah.
like
it's long and a lot of reading.
yeah.
Wait, okay. Has there been a game that I've played that you all been surprised that I like?
Atomic Heart.
No, actually,
No, that's a
I'm-
very like,
I'm-
Bioshock.
No.
That's a Bioshock like wannabe.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have to do that. That's maybe that's another category.
Oh, God.
The recommended Jeff game.
Games,
Yeah.
games Jeff likes.
What I played with House and X Resist, the like 10 minutes of it, I played like maybe a half hour. I was like, I'm sure this game is fine, and I'm not like hating what I'm playing here. I do think it's probably not for me when I actually get down to it, but I'm also not repulsed by it or anything.
I think I am repulsed by the idea of it in the way that I haven't since like Disco Elysium, where it's like I would fucking hate this the way people talk about it. Like,
I think like Disco
know it's
Elysium.
not.
Oh no.
God, Disco Elysium.
Disco Elysium slander.
We don't know.
Why is that
fucking
catching
hate Disco
strays?
Elysium.
You know, it's got a new version with voice acting.
Yeah, it's funny
I don't
voice acting.
care. I don't care if it's reading or
He
voice
sees
acting.
dice. He sees the dice, and he can't handle it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I didn't know. I wasn't even thinking about the dice. I didn't know there were dice. Now it extra is super.
Wait, so what is it then?
Just that I heard super duper, just talky, ready.
I think
just like.
actually the pretentious writing, which is like
And the
they do that on purpose. They're good with it, but whatever. We don't have to.
I think there's parts of 1,000 X Resist that may come off as a little bit pretentious.
Yeah, I think that's what immediately drives me away from it.
Let's keep it around for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is very huge.
Not for me.
Yeah, not for me
Not for
either.
me. Too slow.
Yeah, weirdly, I love Dragon's Dogma, but there was
Yeah?
something about this one that I was just like,
About 2.
yeah, I didn't. I enjoyed what I played, but I just fell off of it very quickly. Maybe
I
it's
wanted to go
'cause-
back to it and I didn't.
Yeah.
This might be one that could hang on here.
This game reviewed
Yeah.
so well, and like
Hang on, like you hung on to that griffin.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Which is not very well.
I was never that into it, but even the people who were into it suddenly got very quiet when Game of the Year time rolled around.
People beating it multiple times also.
Yeah.
wild to
I didn't get.
I
The
guess-
performance was so bad. There just wasn't quite enough depth there in terms of like the RPG mechanics of it. There's definitely neat stuff there.
Yeah.
Like, like with your little buddy guy, and I liked the battle mechanics and the way you can climb things, but it just didn't really come together for me.
Yeah, I feel
mean,
like there's. Sorry, go on.
And I was going to say, the thing I enjoyed most about it was the Monster Factory episodes
Yeah.
that McElroy's did.
So like,
sure.
I feel like there's enough interest in going back to it that it kind of disqualifies it from this because like it's not for us. We're not clearly saying it's not for us. It's like we want to go back.
Yeah,
to it.
but I think this category
Oh,
might
I
be
never
like,
said that.
it's just not for me.
No, I put this on a list because this is a hard not for me. I tried my best, like 10 hours in, and I like what even some of the devs on this game do elsewhere, but just I felt it doesn't hold your hand enough, which is weird to say about a game in 2024, but
Yeah,
I
I
would
can see that.
love more guidance in this game. It felt like they wanted to be, here's our big sandbox that you can play in.
Yeah.
Go figure out some fun to have in this medieval world, and I just didn't have nearly enough guidance to even figure out some of the mechanics of
Yeah,
the game.
being obtuse can be used as an advantage, as From does, but
Yeah.
I feel like this is obtuse to a fault for
Exactly.
most people. I also feel like I had this moment where the magic was kind of undone for me, where they had that they were like, oh, look at this, how you can take out this ogre and it falls and like grabs on and that kind of stuff. And I went on Twitter and people were like, oh, look at this moment I had. And it was the exact same moment from like 5 different people. And that's when I was like, that's kind of weird.
I think that one can hang for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm curious about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I feel like I'm the only one in the group who loves that
Yeah,
game.
and this is one where I'm like, the more I think about it, I'm sitting here looking at the list and like, yeah, when I was playing that, we did that stream, and I got to the big like snake boss fight, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm having an okay time.
Yeah.
And then also on top of that, all I hear is, and then there's so many mini games and all this stuff to do, and it just keeps going on forever. And even the people who like it are like, man, this thing just keeps on going. And I'm like, this doesn't sound like for me. It doesn't
Because
sound
I
like
actually
it's for me.
really liked it for a long time, and then it's like once you've kind of gotten through the mini games, the combat, you get to a point where you've gotten most of the upgrades and stuff, and then I think it might have been Tam that told me that like the back, I don't know,
The box
5
throwing.
hours or whatever.
The box
The
throwing
ass of
where
it is
starts.
not good.
Yeah.
I will say I'm with Mikey on this one though. Like I said in our review cast, I think it's a 9. I think it's a fantastic game. It's just I have some very specific issues with it, but I like that the game lets you bypass a lot of that for the most part.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
Exactly, and that's so.
I don't know if it's actually gonna make it.
I still love
It
the
doesn't
combat.
feel
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the combat's good. The characterization is very, very, very good.
I think it's enough for us.
Yeah, it just has some issues.
Open world systems, the main issues are pacing.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pockets of that game that I enjoy.
Plucky Squire though.
Plucky Squire.
Tam likes Pucky Squire.
played a lot of Plucky Squire a lot.
I know, and there's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of people do, which is why I'm like, I wanted to like it.
It seems like a me game.
Why'd you hate it?
When I saw it, I was dead certain everyone was going to fall in love with this game.
Yeah.
Because I started playing it and it was like, this is such a charming little game. And people just didn't seem to give a shit. And I don't know if that's because it genuinely didn't work for them or if they just didn't play it. Yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was like adorable and so creative and
Yes.
Yeah,
there's some
all that stuff is
ingenuity in there and the way it kind of like inside the storybook, outside the
Yes.
storybook. I thought it was like one of my favorite games of the year.
Yes.
And people just were like,
I just didn't enjoy any of the things I was doing.
I just feel like there wasn't a lot of depth to like there were ideas there. They're like I love the 2D, 3D stuff. I love the idea of like we're gonna do this thing where we grab this word and throw it in there.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it never really. It felt it was just very like
Yeah.
the most by the hand. The camera's gonna show you exactly where to go.
Yeah, I
everything
think-
moves kind of slow. There's more talking than you'd expect. I thought this was gonna be like a Zelda type with some challenge and twists and puzzles, but everything is just sort of like here's clearly what you do. And I feel like I'm just painting color by numbers.
Yeah, I was just kind of bored.
I think I went into it not expecting a like Nintendo level kind of Zelda style game or a Mario style game. I just went in there thinking, it's going to be a charming little storybook thing where I'll run around.
Maybe that would have helped. But I definitely thought this game was going to be for me, and it maybe this year, maybe the game that was surprising that it was the most not for me.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be very for me.
Yeah.
I think we can cut Stalker 2 because I have a lot of interest in eventually checking it out.
Absolutely.
It's not for me.
It's my kind of bullshit, so I'm like ready for it. But
It's just I'm just not interested in the jank.
Sure.
I wasn't having a
I'm gonna wait.
particularly fun time playing it. It was a bit buggy for me. It wasn't particularly that buggy, but it was just like I don't know. I think I was getting too distracted because it's so slow and it's arduous, and I think it's not for me because I'm not in a place right now where I want that. I need something that's going to be more engaging, and so it's not for me.
I feel like that setting of just that kind of like metro style apocalypse. Like I just find that so
Chernobyl,
drab.
You have to have a high tolerance for games that are trying to push you away. And that's what that game is.
That's my bullshit. I like a game that pushes back on me.
It's an uphill struggle game.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of an Astro. Where the most welcoming,
exactly.
Most
just
impressive game of
rewarding.
the year. We missed it.
Hell yeah, we started the most impressive. Yeah.
Okay.
So is it staying on or going?
It seems like people have interest in it, so I think we take
I think we can lose it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
they can lose it. I think we can also cut Lego Horizon Adventures, mostly because I also don't know who it is for.
Right.
It's for Dib.
It's for
Does
Dib.
Dib like it?
Yeah, Dib played a lot of it.
Dib Game of the Year.
So Dib doesn't have
category.
taste.
Dave Game of the Year.
Dib
Game of the Year.
Dib Game of the Year is not that game.
Hockey.
Well, this could be the runner-up. What's Dib Game of the Year?
So Dib did a list. I don't know if you guys know this.
Oh, really?
I didn't make a list.
Dib wrote,
Wait, are we
Don't
publishing?
spoil it.
Yeah, we did it last year.
Dib wrote an entire list. I think there's
He didn't know how to write.
You
Giant
gave him
Bomb
homework?
Dib of the Year.
Give him
No,
a
he-
freelance assignment.
Dib Game.
What's
of the Year.
that?
You gave him a freelance assignment.
Yes.
Child labor.
We paid him for this?
He wanted to do it. And he said, he's like, I can type it up.
It sounds like he's on the path to wanting to be a game journalist. Which,
No,
as a
he's
responsible father,
not
you need to get him
insane.
off that path.
He's not, criminally insane. But no, it's on that list. But it's not his best. Yeah.
Great.
Stalker? What are we? Which one?
Stalker's his game of the year.
We could drop Lego then, probably.
Okay.
Did some of us like Dragon Age: The Veilguard?
Fine with it.
I'm fine
Yeah,
with it.
I'm the only reason I haven't played it is because I'm waiting to have time to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I finished it.
Yeah.
This might be a mid.
I think it's a
it might just be
very
I mean,
okay.
I was gonna say, I think the one I was surprised at some of the scores. I was very surprised at the Game of the Year thing. So that's why I put it on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's officially
it's
disappointing.
fine.
I think my expectations for it were pretty
Disappointing.
high,
Yeah.
and it was like I don't know. I was a little shocked at some of the directions they went and some of the scope of it.
I heard good things, and then now I'm hearing mid.
It previewed really well.
Yeah.
It starts very strong.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think the issue is that you're always waiting for yourself to build that BioWare attachment.
Yeah.
And it never comes, but you're constantly, you feel like it's almost there. It's one of the most frustrating games because you talk to a character and you have a conversation, you're like, you almost said something meaningful there, but you didn't do
It's
it.
not a great cast, right? It's not like the best set of companions. That's something that helps Metaphor out so much, is how good the companions are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I also the development of it rough, rebooted,
Sure. Yeah,
and you can tell there are ideas that are not fully realized, and there are certainly characters that are not fully realized. Like Lucanus has a demon inside him, and that just
Doesn't get
never
used
goes
at all.
anywhere.
Yeah. Are there points of it that feel like vestiges of the previous game the previous version of the game that they were like,
The loot economy.
Yeah. Chunks of it, yeah.
So it was meant to be a live service game,
Yes.
and it has so many things of armor, so many weapons, different colors. You can like change the appearance and color and everything, and I'm just like, this is too much to overwhelm.
Yeah.
And like the skill point, the skill tree.
It's
And so that-
so weird, yeah.
It's like that's where so much of the investment has gone, because the actual role playing in it is not there.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
You are, I mean, I'm paraphrasing Ralph from
Yeah.
Skill Up here, but you're not Paragon, Renegade, middle of the road. You are three versions of the same
Right.
quippy guy.
yeah.
Tough.
I
Yeah, like
think-
even the mean responses are not mean.
Yeah, this is going to be like sound like a really backhanded compliment, but I genuinely mean it. I think it's a very good restitching job, if you know what I mean.
For sure.
Like there's pieces of that game, it clearly fell apart many times. When I think about that and see the game in front of me, I find it very impressive that they were able to take those pieces and put together a game that looks really nice, functions in a lot of ways. I guarantee that must have been a nightmare for that studio.
Yeah.
And the thing that came out of it from a development, design, and execution perspective is very impressive. It's just the thing itself is not, it doesn't have the heart and soul. That's because it's a chimera of different things. There's no one soul in it.
Is this category kind of is the spiritual successor to most disappointing? Do we want to kind of keep this on here for that reason, or
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it can go.
That was a decent
good
idea.
I think it's fine to go because I think a lot of people did really like it, but then there was this swell of the game came out and all the hardcore Dragon Age fans like don't go on the subreddit because
Oh God, no.
Maybe
It
don't go
previewed
on
so
Reddit.
well.
yeah.
It previewed so. I gave it a very positive preview because the areas we played were, and it's a classic preview thing. It always happens where you play different slices of a game, and I played three different slices of a game, and I previewed it, and I was like, oh, it's got the potential to do. What's going on behind me?
No, I'm trying to understand, Mike. I'm sorry.
Me? What did I do?
Nothing. You're a beautiful boy.
Thank you.
It previewed really well,
Daddy.
and I had high hopes for it, which is why I'm like quite disappointed about what it became. But again, like it's not a major disappointment for a lot of people. It's winning game of
Sounds
the year.
kind of.
I think it's a very pretty game. Also.
Yeah.
Beautiful game.
Beautiful.
I think I like a lot of 1000 X Resist that we can cut it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it resonates with me on
Well,
too
but I
many
also
levels.
hear two people like Plucky Squire.
Yeah, I mean, I like it enough.
We can't just cut something
what
just
I
because someone
saw.
likes it.
Yeah. I feel
Makes
like
sense.
But I think I'm agree with cutting 1000 X Resist because I think it's not for me. And yet when I was playing, I'm like, I think I might be fine with this actually.
Yeah, it feels like there's enough appreciation for the game at least.
I
that, like,
enjoyed what I played of it.
numbers-wise.
I am eager to play more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like
That said, the quote from Giant Bomb on the review page on Steam is not from Giant Bomb. They just lied about that. So,
Really?
yeah, it says Giant Bomb says a thing that was from not any of our lists.
Interesting. I will
Cool
have
stuff.
to look into that.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, that's a good top 3.
Yeah, it certainly seems like Hellblade 2 is the one that didn't have any defenders.
Yeah.
Hellblade.
I went back and beat the game.
Why?
I finished it. I finished it.
Because he did the 999 thing and everything too. Oh, come on.
Like
Yeah.
it's, problems, yes, I get it. And just because I was thinking, like, there's so many people talking about, and there's been so much hype leading up to this that, like, there has to be something at the very end of it, and just nothing.
Yeah.
You were just repeating the same thing. Do y'all remember that one iPad, like, medieval game? Like,
Yeah, the
Immortal-
Infinity Blade?
Infinity Blade.
Yeah,
The epic one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt like that.
I genuinely have
that was
more like fond memories of playing Infinity
Yeah,
Blade
that
than
game's
I
not
have
bad.
of playing.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the type of game that will like really impress people who don't play games.
Yeah.
Just because it's
Yeah.
like, wow, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's a video game that's talking about mental health and stuff and doesn't really know how to actually talk about video games. And
Yeah,
It's
I
a
also,
video game for television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried so hard I was not enjoying it so much that I tried to recontextualize how I was playing
Yeah.
it to see if it works. Like, I started playing it on streaming via Xbox on a laptop while I was watching TV to be like, maybe I can have fun this way. And it was annoying, even though I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Yeah.
It was pissing me off.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's like every scenario I played it in, I was like frustrated by it.
I think I was like climbing up those rocks, and I thought it was a cutscene because I was like holding forward. I'm like, oh, it's a cutscene. I let go, and then she stopped moving, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, this is not for me.
The whole like matching symbols mechanic, it's it's cute. It was cute the first time. Like, come
Right.
on, man. That is like, it's the most offensive way to put gameplay into a game.
Yeah.
It's like, how do we make this feel like a game? Oh,
Yeah.
It's got movement, but we need something game just to get it over into the game category. And it's like, match these symbols. And it's like, oh, fuck.
and they do that over and over again.
Yeah, so
Not a
frustrating.
puzzle.
And yeah, the audio design, it's cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, I'm getting to a point of like being kind of unkind to it, but I just want to say it. That studio, I really don't like that. This is the game. This is how it's what it's
Sure.
become. Like Ninja
Yeah.
Theory is a studio I
their legacy.
love.
Yeah.
Love, and I
Remember if they made another DMC, like
would
how
be
cool
there
would that
day
be?
one.
Yeah, that-
Odyssey
that
to
was a
the
great
West.
version
And
of that.
give me Enslaved too.
I have to believe that there was some hands tied to make this game happen because it's just
Well, because it's their performance capture tech.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the real.
Which is incredible. And I worry about that studio because I went there a few times. I spoke to a bunch of people a few times. And the thing I always took away from them, the heart and soul of that studio was
Smeagol.
they would take. What?
Smeagol.
No.
The actor. No?
No. They take the meager equipment that they have and makes incredible things happen. Like Hellblade, the first game was an achievement because they didn't have any of the specialist technology that people use to do that stuff. They just rigged cameras, and Melina was like a video editor that they used as an actor, and that is the soul of their games. And now they're backed by $1 billion corporation, and I'm just like, don't do this,
Yeah,
team dirty,
I
man.
don't want to say this.
Say it.
It feels like Joker 2.
Holy crap.
Not the turn I thought that was going to take.
Jan, did you see that too?
Yes.
See?
Jan,
Jay, that's not
we
pretty
gotta
yourself.
talk.
I have that on my phone. I'm going to watch it on the.
I really want to see it.
That's a grub
Just
ass
with Alan
idea.
Partridge. Alan Partridge is
Well,
in it.
because I like musicals, and it is not one of those.
Wait, Steve Coogan is in Joker too? What?
Is he an Arkham God or something?
He's in Arkham. And he's in the trailer and he goes,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Before we move on, I just do want to say, I said a lot of negative things. I still have faith
Bleeding
in
edge.
that studio.
Oh, 100%.
I believe. I think
Yeah.
Tamim left, but there's a whole bunch of people that I know there.
Yeah.
Have spoken to that know how to make games, love making games, and love playing games.
Yeah.
And I hope that they get to be who they are again.
What is Andy Serkis's involvement in that studio?
No,
just
so
got
Andy
hired a
Serkis
lot.
ran the Imaginarium.
Yeah.
He was
He was
performance-
just the guy in Enslaved, is all.
Yeah, he
That's
was.
it?
I think he maybe performance directed it, but he was played Monkey. Performance captured him. Alex Garland wrote that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he was involved in Hellblade. at all.
Yeah, I would love to see them deshackled from.
Yeah,
that
I really hope that this is the.
And beating this
I can't believe
category
I'm
doesn't
saying-
mean you're a bad game. Except
Yeah, I really hope that Hellblade goes away.
There are a lot of people out there that do enjoy Hellblade 2.
Oh yeah,
So,
and they're very mad.
Where are they?
yeah,
Do we know
Tell us
anyone?
again.
I don't know anyone.
Do we know anyone?
We'll talk later.
Horizon presents game that's most not for us. Winner Hellblade 2, Senua's Sacrifice, The Plucky Squire, and Dragon's Dogma 2 as the runner-ups. Runners-ups?
Runners up.
Runners. Now we have the second to last category of the day. Hitman presents game that's most for us.
Yeah.
We have
be clear,
This is going to be tough.
I always not involved in this in any capacity.
You can add stuff.
We're gonna add stuff. We're gonna add stuff.
Yeah.
No, I mean like they're not endorsing this award.
Oh, Hitman! Oh!
I wasn't
They're good
involved.
folks, those Hitman
No,
people.
but Horizon did endorse the one.
They're like, oh, a goof's a goof.
We really like the leaf blower.
But you have to put Lego Horizon in there. Jeff.
The nominees are Nintendo World Championships, Astrobot, Echo Point Nova, Yard's Revenge, Mini Shoot Adventures, Balatro, Pokemon TCGP, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Rise of the Golden Idol. I'm sure there's more titles that may get knocked loose.
Lorelei.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to make a note here that if Nintendo World Championships had been the game we expected it would be, and
Yeah.
seemed to be a layup,
Yeah.
then a lot of people on, like 4 or 5 of us, I know for sure, it's super up our alley, and why don't we still have fun with it?
Yeah, so like if it was that game, it would be
Leaderboards.
it would be
Leaderboards.
it would winning awards. It would be in the Game of the Year category.
Yeah.
It would absolutely. So I still had a ton of fun with it.
I played a lot of this,
A lot of it, yes. So I think it's still very much for me.
I mean, that leaderboard thing is such a stupid move that, like, I liked it, but I don't say, oh, this is super for me if they fuck
Yeah,
up
I
so
think.
bad.
It's a little disappointing. It's not very disappointing. I still enjoyed the game, had a lot of fun with it, but it's just disappointing enough. Plus, there's enough people here who also don't care at all, I think, about
Yes.
that retro
Yes.
game
Yep.
scramble
Yep.
thing.
Yeah,
So-
Understandably, yeah.
And I probably would try to get on the top 3, but without you guys, there's no chance. So yeah, let's cut it.
Okay.
I'm going to add UFO 50, but I know it's not for everyone here, but we'll.
Oh, I didn't get
There's like
freaking games.
Yeah, there's 2 games that I really like. Party
Party House, that's my
Party
playground.
House, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't play that.
Mortal.
Mortal.
Mortal's great.
What's the one with the V? You're just jumping up constantly.
Oh,
It's like-
something grass.
It's like a Velgress. It's like good doodle jump.
Yep. Yeah.
Good
I
doodle
like
jump.
Doodle Jump. Doodle Jump's all right.
Okay, I'm gonna put Doodle Jump on here.
I'm kind of just trying to figure out, like, is this for how much it is for us as a team, or how much it is for
A team.
like individual people? Or
I mean, like coming out and be like, yeah, that sounds like a game the crew over at Giant Bomb would like.
Yeah.
Okay.
The largest.
Okay.
Yeah,
the thing that we have the
collectively.
most consensus
Okay,
opinion
okay,
on.
It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was gonna point, like, there is no game that's more for me than Soul Reaver. Like,
Right,
you get what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it feels like it's created
Totally,
because
yes.
I've been bitching and moaning for the last.
I think that's valid to put on then.
Yeah.
I also added content warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. Just because other than being like a fantastic game to stream, I feel like it's uniquely geared towards us being like dumb.
Yes. How many people were anywhere near my enthusiasm for Mini Shoot? know
I really
we had-
wanted to get into
liked
it.
it a lot.
It'll be on my top
I
10.
feel like there's so many that's like me grew up in Minnesota.
I know. We have some.
I
similar
wonder
tastes.
why.
That's weird.
We
Who
have some
could say?
similar tastes. Yeah.
It's also a very good game.
It was.
Really
It was
fucking
great.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's not, if it's just 3 of us that care about it
I
a
think
lot.
that doesn't.
I think
I
it's
don't think it makes
that's
it.
right for
I
it.
love it.
Yeah.
Well,
But again, this is one I feel very strongly
Oh,
about.
it'll be like
and
my
yeah,
4
but
or
I
5
guess,
or
all right,
something,
yeah.
What is Balatro?
I don't know.
I think
it's
that's
like
gonna have
Joker
a tough
2.
time.
It's like Joker 2. Okay. Wow, did you watch it?
You know.
I do think
no. It's more like poker too.
Yeah, the sequel to poker is Balatro. Yeah.
Do we want to lock in the winner first?
Indiana Jones.
Astrobot?
Well,
I said Indiana Jones
Really?
over
Is there
Astro.
a game that didn't?
Okay, that's going to be like that and Pokemon, where it's like,
Balatro.
that's for everybody. So I don't, but
I mean,
it'd
for
still
an
be us for
award
us.
that is Hitman Presents,
Okay.
Indiana Jones is.
Well, let's
feel
do
like
this. Let's see if there's any game on this list that every one of us raises our hand for, as far as being like, at least like this would be an 8+ for us. You know?
Okay.
Okay. All right. And we'll try
I
to do
just
it for
don't, I
the
just don't want it
audio.
to be the repeat of Game of the Year, is all.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Astrobot. That's actually unanimous. That is
Well, that
everyone.
was
Okay,
easy.
so
Yeah, because it's like it hits as a game, it's good, but also it leverages years of nostalgia and familiarity.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like it is individually hitting each one of us in different ways.
Okay, let me.
Like,
I
there's
almost
so
think
many
this
like
is-
bots that popped each of
Yeah.
us individually.
Yeah,
exactly.
In a different way.
Let me say this. Let me put it this way. I thought Balatro is like a clear and instant winner because people associate that game with us even.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
well,
like
that's just because of my gambling problem.
Well, yeah,
I feel
but
like-
hey, that's unique to us. You
I feel
see,
like
Jay.
the only way Astrobot could be more like us is if they put a Balatro bot in there. That's the limit of where it's at.
Naughty bot.
Put us in Balatra.
Yeah, put us in Balatro.
Put
yeah.
a Balatro bot of me, but as a cake.
There you go.
I think that's what Grub was trying to get at, though. Like, Astrobot, yeah, everyone loves Astrobot. It's a
Yeah,
game
yeah.
for everyone. Whereas Balatro may actually not hit with some
bunch of
people.
people.
I guess so,
It
yeah.
hit with
Didn't.
all of us
I
to
think,
some degree.
I think Astrobot and Balatro are probably both locks, and we probably need to figure out, like, right?
I think maybe Indy seems to be pretty below Fairy.
Yeah, that one, like, I have no doubt it's going to be for me. I just haven't played.
Let's
So-
maybe cut some more.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. Okay, so
Yours
yours
Rising.
rising.
Yours Rising, yes, that was very much for me. And I'm like, if it was this category, it was just me picking one, I'd be like,
Well-
that was kind of my shit in a really surprising way.
But like, if Yours Revenge is so much like all-consuming of you, Grub.
But it's not like, and I like Yar's Revenge,
Okay.
but Yar's Rising is not going to make this list. No
Okay.
way.
Ideally, we have 3 up top that are literally unanimous, and I can just say straight up that Pokemon is not my thing at all.
No.
Pokemon, yeah, same.
That's fair. I get that. I get
There's also not enough in Pokemon, like
Yeah,
the actual
yeah.
battling for me.
Describing that as a game is kind of rich.
Similarly, I would say UFO 50 Nikki. I know at least you were not as
Yeah,
high on it. I don't know if others were not as
I
high.
didn't
Okay.
love
I liked it. I liked it a
I, mean,
lot.
I think it's great, but I know Nikki wasn't sprinter, so that's already not unanimous.
I mean, I was gonna say Rise of the Golden Idol. Like Dan, you and I would.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
me as
yes.
well.
Yeah.
Not forever.
I love
So
that.
let's cut UFO. Let's cut Rise.
I know we're trying to cut. I'm sorry I added something, but
Well,
Like-
Prince of Persia, The Lost
Persia,
Order.
I think
Yeah.
it's between Balatro and that.
that was so
Really?
for
Okay,
me.
fantastic.
I remember that we did that podcast where we were all there actually, and we were all just gushing about that
Yeah,
game.
actually, that might be the 3 then. Yeah,
That's a
we
great
can
one.
keep
Okay.
cutting.
So Legacy, very interested. Not gonna.
Yeah. I'm willing to cut it because obviously it's just
Yeah.
very specifically.
Sure.
It was like
Right. I think
not as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Content warning got its flowers
Yes.
early.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Lorelei, I think is really cool, but it was just a
Yeah.
bit much for me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was just not for me. So
Yeah.
I liked Echo Point Nova quite a bit. Not something I'm thinking about constantly, personally.
Yeah, same. When I play it, I'm having fun, but it doesn't stick with me.
Yeah.
Dang, this is a hard four.
Oh, we have to get rid of one of these.
So, okay, I'm one of the people that have not played Indiana Jones in the Great Circle, but everything I've heard y'all say, I feel like can be up my alley because I love punching people in the dick.
I've played all these games. I really like all of these games. I think there's a strong chance all of them end up on my top 10, which I've not finalized yet. God, I say that about a lot of games. I might have
These
to.
are all high on my top 10.
I would feel the most comfortable cutting Indy.
Just because people haven't really
makes sense.
played it.
Played it.
Yeah. I haven't played it. I
Indiana
think it's,
Jones?
Well, a lot of people here haven't.
Oh,
really
you're saying?
played
Oh, I
it.
thought you said I haven't played.
Oh, no,
Yes,
no, I know you have.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
but even if it was just up to me, that's the one I would cut. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I think that's. Then we
Yeah,
got
I
three
feel
killers
so.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Could. Yeah.
I think it's Prince of Persia. I think it's Prince of Persia.
Really?
Yes, because it's like this is the category like Astrobots for everybody.
agree.
Balatro is like nominated for the Game Award.
Yeah,
Prince of Persia's like that. This is where it gets its flowers. It's not going to necessarily get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was asked to champion one of these games, I would go Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I think that's what
Everyone
this
loves
category is.
Astro and Balatro
Yeah.
like outside of this, but like we are really championing this thing. This is for us. This
Yeah.
is
It's
an
true.
ass
We're
game.
like, hey, remember this game exists?
Yes,
like,
exactly.
And I feel like this site has a fascination with Metroidvanias, and this is like the best
And it's so
Metroidvania.
it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
They're gonna make Prince of Persia, Metroidvania, whatever. And then it's like one of the best.
Yeah.
I remember, was it SGF last year? Some of y'all got to check
Yeah,
out a demo.
I played it.
And I was like,
It rocks.
what
I know. Me, Mike, you playing with me
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Patrick
yeah.
Klepek, and we were all like racing against each other like immediately.
Yeah.
And even like I know you don't play a
I
lot
don't
of
really care,
Metroidvanias,
but I love this one.
and you love this one.
There you go.
Yeah.
What I said about it, then I think it's kind of my go-to for explaining why it's good, is that it's a triple threat for Metroidvania. It's got the combat, it's got the traversal, and it's got the exploration.
Yep.
Yeah.
The three things that you want working, and some of them sort of favor more than others. This one's got all of those working so well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Does this
happy with
win?
it.
It wins.
Yeah.
It wins.
I'm so glad I remembered to put it on.
Congratulations.
Did it.
It's so weird
Mikey.
how easy that wound up being.
Yeah. That's a great
It's
choice.
the right answer.
Yeah.
When you like something, you like something.
It's the right answer.
Feels correct.
It feels
Yeah,
right.
it does.
Yeah, it fits.
We found the crown.
Yeah.
It was all of us. All right, Hitman presents game that's most for us. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, taking the crown, followed by Astrobot and Balatro. All right, folks, we're moving at a steady pace. Leaf Blower of the Year, another surprise category. Nominees are the one at the studio we did SGF at, Dan's, and then the one Bacalar saw outside the Fig this morning, Mike's ass on a pillow. I think Mike's ass on a pillow.
Mike's ass
Cut
on a
Mike's
pillow.
ass.
Cut Mike's ass.
It's
I
not a
I
good
feel
one.
like it counts as a leaf blower.
It counts. It's not a good one.
I don't know if I've ever ruffled a leaf with my ass.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
about
okay.
the gust of wind from when Bacalar whiffed that high five?
If we had leaves in the studio, it would be a tornado.
Yeah.
But-
It was like a little typhoon. It was
Yeah.
wicked.
Yeah.
Right?
Tornado warning in SF this morning.
Oh yeah, mine's good. Mine's really good. It was cheap and
Electric?
it charges and it's electric. So I just go out there. It's wireless. It's got like a lock, so it's like I pull the trigger, I turn the lock on, and then I don't have to hold the trigger. I can just
Yeah, I get
This
it.
is all basic functionality.
Okay, it's the only leaf
mine
blower.
over there.
Actually, no. I use the SGF one too, but yeah,
Can you use a leaf blower in the woodpeckers?
that feels like a federal.
Okay.
It's just
they're
wind.
protected.
Blowing them
They're
away.
protected.
Federal
They
effects.
have wings.
I don't know. I don't think it would shoot
I feel like
down
if
that
the
far.
woodpecker isn't surviving wind,
Yeah, I don't think it would.
It's got bigger problems.
What about
Sorry
Harley
with that.
Quinn?
What?
Their girlfriend is Poison Ivy. Right, yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God!
That's pretty good.
Oh my God!
I'm guessing. I want to guess.
Hey, is it like Poison Ivy then?
No. Yeah.
Does she know someone named Leaf?
No, Poison Ivy, yeah, it's her
Poison Ivy.
girlfriend.
Harley and Poison
It was
Ivy
the
are together?
blowing part I was kind of a little confused about for a second.
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch, but
It's pretty good, Mike.
Wait,
bye, Lucy.
they're together?
Yeah.
Wait, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy together?
He's shagging every now and then.
Ironically.
I think the category actually goes to the one at the studio we did SGF. It really started the movement.
How did I not know
Get
that?
rid of mine. It's kind of crappy.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I think
did not.
Bacalar's missed high five
not been reading
is second.
Batman?
Yes.
I read a lot of Batman, but I haven't seen them like doing stuff.
You know, reading Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, their whole series that they have together.
Oh, it's their
in which
own.
they shag.
It's their own.
It's
It's their
a
own
TV
series.
show.
Season
too.
5 starting soon.
Which
I
TV
believe.
show?
The cartoon, Harley Quinn, yeah.
Oh, I don't watch that.
Yeah.
It's on Max. I want to watch it.
Punches is the shark man.
Shark.
God, I got so much joy out of watching everybody slowly realize what I was getting at with that. I still don't get it.
We'll explain
The
more
sexual
on camera.
reference.
I gotta say, the one outside the Fig this morning was cool.
older.
It was cool. It was legit. I'm not
Matt
making it
Becker
up.
what?
No,
yeah,
the
what
electric
was-
one, but like he was.
I feel like Dan confidently and excitedly using a leaf blower is a unique thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has such familiarity and expertise with that leaf blower means that it's probably pretty good and deserving of being here.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me that you were like, "This is a thing I need to do." Like
Leaf blow?
Yeah, I feel like
There's a ton of leaves that fall on the deck.
Yeah, okay. Good for you, man.
I have the landscapers do the front because it's too big, but I can do the deck.
Well, also you don't want them to die on it, and that would probably be like a liability.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Leaf blower of the year. The one at the studio we did SGF at.
Oh, which one? There were two. The big one?
Both of them.
There were two.
Okay.
the big
I was
one.
dual wielding on one
The
point.
big boy. Yeah, yeah.
Big boy. Okay.
Bacalar's missed high five and dance. All right.
Nice.
Congrats.
Fantastic. I believe this is the last category of day 3. Folks, we have mini game of the year. Nominees are Dondoko Island from Infinite Wealth. Sorry.
Well,
Well, that was our
You somersaulted a lot.
oh no. Queen's Blood from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Prime Cut, the steak game from Mario Party, Crazy Taxi Pizza from Infinite Wealth, Junon Parade from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as well as the Pirate Shooting Gallery and Fort Condor, as well as Tekken Ball from Tekken 8 and Sabak from Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, that was a good year for minigames.
Now, okay, the one I wonder about here is like I love Dondoko Island. I played the shit out of it, but that almost feels like too big. To
Yeah,
be a
how
mini
many
game.
is it?
It's hours long, but relative to the rest of the game, it is a mini game inside of it. But do we want to like call it something else?
It's also like a core part of the game.
Yeah.
It's like part of the story.
Well, you have to do it for a while, yes.
Yeah,
But you have to do a lot of the mini games, like the Crazy Taxi Pizza, or at least one.
It's beyond like I feel like with Queen's Blood.
You might be right.
It's an introduction. You have a small segment where you have to do it, and then you move on. You can never play Queen's Blood again.
Dandoku you have to do for
You got to do it for a while, and if there's
2 hours maybe.
there's times where you have to go back and do it if you need money and that kind of stuff. So it feels a little more compulsory than all of the others on here.
I feel like Dondoko, they could have released it as like a $15 standalone download game. And this is like a full game in its own right.
I don't know. It's probably just like it's such a technicality. It's kind of a bad reason to get rid of it.
Yeah,
but
I love it.
I would argue that you do mini games within Dondoko Island.
Okay, that's winning me over right there.
That's
I
one.
can't
That's
have
a
mini
good
games inside my mini
Yeah.
games. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It's like a KFC double down.
Because a golden saucer.
I'm surprised there's nothing from UFO 50.
It's like, because those
are
are all
games.
50 games.
Those are all actual
they're not
games.
Sorry, I didn't play it. I know I'm supposed to.
I feel like I want to advocate for Queen's Blood, and Queen's Blood is incredible.
It really is.
I liked Queen's Blood a lot.
Is it just the best like card game?
And that's what's
game
amazing
ever?
about
Yeah.
it is they had such a hill to overcome there.
Triple triad.
Because every time you do a new mini game, let alone card game of Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy fans will be like, well, why didn't they just do triple triad? And here they did something new, and everyone was actually like, oh, this is better.
Yeah, it
This
rules.
is great.
Like so many people have said, I want physical Queen's Blood. decks and
They
everything.
have it. One exists. They made it.
And like that quest line like goes kind of weird, fun places.
So that quest line involves like the dog being a person and stuff,
Oh,
right?
there's that part on the boat.
Oh, that's
Wild
great.
other stuff.
Yeah, and then it goes in other.
Did he do a Michael Jackson dance or something at some
Yes,
point?
it did.
Yeah.
He looks like that cheddar
dog?
cheetah
Yes.
looking
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Chester.
Chester. Excuse me, not cheddar.
Cheddar Cheetah is good though.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt with Cheddar Cheetah. It's got Mike's face on it.
There's so much hype with Queen's Blood. I really did not like any of these other mini games in Rebirth.
No,
I
me
liked
neither.
them all. That was my favorite part of Rebirth were the mini games.
Yeah, I'm a mini game defender of Final Fantasy VII. Like even when they're dumb, I think that adds to the experience for me.
It's part of Final Fantasy
It's
VII.
part of the
So.
charm. But none of them are as good as Queen's Blood, absolutely.
right.
But, the Junon Parade is just so silly and a fun twist on a rhythm game. It's really stupid how they just all suddenly know these very intricate things that they have to do.
It's just a fun way to meet people in an open world. Like I didn't love the open world of Rebirth, but it was a fun excuse for me to go to places I hadn't gone to yet because I was like, I want to see who I can challenge here. And you meet the wildest characters.
Every time I got to a new area and I would see that icon of the Queen's Blood, it was the first thing I did in every town and area I went to. Like, I'm going to go beat everyone here.
Part shooter gallery is fun, but kind of simple. It can go.
Yeah.
Fort Condor, it's wild that they just put in a Clash Royale or whatever in there, and it was pretty good. But,
It's also not unique to Rebirth, though.
No.
Yeah. What's
What's Tekken Ball?
Oh, Nick,
ball?
let me tell you, volleyball, but you hit it because you're a Tekken person.
That sounds
Nice.
very
Like roundhouse kicking a beach ball. And
that sounds
And
great.
sometimes
That's
it-
also not unique to Tekken 8.
True. Yeah.
No, but what's cool about it is that's an old one that people love from way back,
Yeah,
Tekken 3.
and I do really
and they
like
brought
it.
it back, it made it even better.
Okay.
And it has sometimes like funny physics where it'll sort of be like hitting a balloon sometimes. Where it's like, I'm going to do this really strong move. And it's like, no, they programmed it so that move actually doesn't hit it
Okay,
quite
that's
how you
cool.
think it will. It's very fun.
That's cool. Sabaka's great.
I thought it was fun.
Sabaka's fun. Yeah. It's not as good as Queen's Blood.
That's a bit of, it's a different vibe though.
Yeah, sure.
More casino game, less collectible card game.
Yeah. Fair, yes. Listen, I would love to maybe see
I
it
think
stay on the
it
list.
could hang out.
Okay.
still.
And I do love that vibe. I like this even in the Red Dead Redemptions of like actually sitting at a table with some other, random weirdos that I don't know. We're all actually, hitting, staying, like I'm really playing this game with them. The vibes of it are a lot of fun. We hear about Sabak in the shows all the time and
Yes.
the movies. Right?
And
That's how you got the Millennium Falcons. You know
Right,
that?
and it's like often different in all the extended media. So, but they do a pretty good job of like keeping most of the like what you read about or what you've seen in some of the media in this version of the game.
And they work in the whole scoundrel thing because you can use your little pet to help cheat for you a little bit.
That's actually some of the coolest
And it's a
parts.
risk-reward thing,
Exactly.
right? And there's also quest lines to help you find the high-stakes table and stuff like that. So,
They incorporated into the game in a really smart way. It makes it feel like part of the world in a strong way. Yeah.
We had a last-minute addition, elevator death trivia from Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, wasn't that nuts?
That was wild.
Isn't that the most nutty? I don't remember that being in the original, was it?
I can't remember.
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah.
It's so out. It's so weird.
Yeah.
You're like, why is this happening? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense or fall in line with anything else that's going
Like
on.
tonally, it's just so like tonal whiplash.
It's absolute whiplash. You hear the trivia questions, and then like the elevator opens and it doesn't even like direct you to like where you can answer those things. You have to then find this weird ornate bejeweled cash register box that's in some fucking room that you were already in.
Yeah.
It just appears, right? Because I think the first time you're in that room, it's not there. Mm-hmm. And then you have to like enter numbers and stuff. I didn't like get it right or do anything because the questions are impossible. I
save scummed it. I'm a bad person. Sorry.
that?
I save scummed it. I'm bad.
Oh, okay.
I think I got it right in the original run. I don't remember getting it right in the remake.
Such a weird, strange thing. I think, I actually think I found the box and didn't realize it was the way to answer the elevator trivia right away. I was just sort of like Q1. What are all these things? Anyway, I just wanted to talk about it for a second.
It's really neat. No, it was definitely a very memorable moment there.
I think Prime Cut is just such a minigame, and it's not my favorite Mario Party Jamboree, but that is the one that from when we play to the PAX, and also if it pops up when I'm playing with friends and stuff, as soon as you realize like, oh, the concept is so easy to explain and such a good 2v2
It's so
minigame.
pure.
It's like the best. It's the best 2v2.
It's also the most incredible thing Tam and I have seen in real life was Ben Starr. We took him to our Nintendo appointment at PAX, and he got paired up with someone. They got 50% 3 times in a row. First attempt.
Never played it before.
Nintendo.
Wow.
Even the people working at Nintendo were
"What the
freaking out.
God.
Rules.
And I love when Nintendo does like that really high quality looking
Yes,
meat.
that's
It
my
looks
thing.
so good.
That
And it,
meat
like,
looks
so good.
Yeah.
like undulates as you're sawing.
Yeah, they got good food in a bunch of games, but that meat looks
That meat-
really good.
Very
You
satisfying.
think that meat comes from a bullet bill?
Yeah.
No, Torpedo Ted.
Yeah.
One of the
Better
big
cut.
cows on
Chalk.
that Mario Kart level.
Oh,
Moo
dark
Moo
got
Moo Moo
Yes,
Moo.
yes.
Moo
it
Moo
was-
Moo. Okay.
It's a good point. I usually don't look forward to. I usually don't look forward to 2v2 games. They're usually kind of weaker.
It's the one fun 2v2.
That's what
game.
rules.
Yes.
This is the best one in Jamboree.
I don't like Crazy Eats.
I don't like Crazy Eats.
I also
like
don't
it.
like Crazy Eats.
I like it. I like how it incorporates like weird, like, oh, you're just gonna ride all the way up this building and do like a QTE.
Yeah, that's-
Like, cinematic,
I think
like,
the idea is better than the execution.
Sure.
I did
this
it. I
is-
did it once, and I was like,
Yeah.
This is the Crazy Taxi. And
Yeah, you're doing the flips. You gotta collect the pizzas, and yeah, it's
There was
fun.
no Offspring, so I was like, it's not.
Yeah.
You really did need that.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
That was pretty good. You're starting to redeem yourself.
I guess the best thing is it reminds you of a better game.
Yes.
You know.
That's a
Yeah.
big problem. Yeah.
what about the all the stuff they put in Fortnite? Like, does the Lego?
Play any of that.
That's just a game, I think.
I think those are just games.
Just
those
games.
are too big. They have their own dedicated teams.
They have their own economy. That's,
Yeah, like
I do like Tekken Ball a lot, but it's not like wildly different than in 3. It's like a good callback. I'm glad
And
it's there.
I was gonna say if that ends up being like our number 4 in a way,
Sure.
like I'm cool to not make
Yeah,
the
I
list.
feel the same way.
Yeah.
Tekken's always been great at that stuff. I love, Tekken Force and Ball
Yeah,
and
but
bowling
it doesn't
and stuff, but-
revolutionize.
I had a lot of
it.
fun with Tekken Ball. when we
Yeah,
were playing
for
it.
the time that you play, it's fun, but yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Queen's Blood.
Queen's
It's hard to argue against Queen's Blood.
All right, everyone.
That's it.
Wow.
I think we found a winner.
Great.
In the words of Jan Ochoa, wow.
Minigame of the year. Jeff Grubb, take it away.
Yeah, we have Queen's Blood from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth winning the category, with runners-up being Prime Cut from Mario Party and Sabacc with 2 C's from Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Minotti, could you read the previous category?
Leaf Blower of the Year. The ones at the studio we did SGF at is the winner, with Bakalar's Missed High Five and Dan's as the runner-ups.
Nikki.
Hitman presents Game That's Most for Us. The winner is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Astrobot, and Balatro as runners-up.
Sean.
Horizon presents Game That's Most Not For Us. Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice is the winner, with the Plucky Squire and Dragon's Dogma 2 following that.
Dan.
Funniest game, the winner is Thank Goodness You're Here, with runners-up are Zet, Jewel of Faramore, and Content Warning.
Tam.
Best compilation or collection goes to Legacy of Kain 1 and 2 Remastered, followed by runners-up Castlevania Dominus Collection and Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection.
And to wrap it up, best new character, Heisme from Metaphor Refantazio, Reina from Tekken 8, and Big Round from Thank Goodness You're Here. Folks, that concludes day 3. We've made it. Presents!
We do presents now?
Start 4.
Nope.
Damn it. You have to wait longer.
I don't want to wait.
We got to get our Jolly Bean.
You gotta wait a whole day. Yeah.
Jolly's not coming for another 45 minutes. So.
All right.
Sick about it now.
Well, we're going to take a quick Bricky break because we're going to completely sleep. We won't wear the same clothes, and we'll see you for day 4 of Game of the Year 2024, where we will crown our Game of the Year. Goodbye. I love you.